All right, hello everybody. Welcome to the start of another Civ4 streaming session. It's another Friday. We've been running these streams at odd times based on when the baby is does not need attention, does not need being fed or burped or something along those lines. William just was fed. He is actually sleeping, which is somewhat of a rarity for him during the day. So hopefully we have a couple hours here before he wakes up and I have to help take care of him again. So we are going to continue with our cultural game. This will be part 5. Welcome those of you just getting here. Welcome Verninator. So in the last session of this game, we had the really good luck to turn around this war with Wang Khan due to some really crazy, really crazy combat RNG. And the net result was Goldfish, very surprisingly, was not captured. About the biggest net loss was we were not able to finish the Colossus, which we would have gotten otherwise, and that would have been really nice to have. But in the end, we did not get the Colossus, but we did save the city. And we also even stole this worker back here. So yeah, and that's where we're picking up, and we're continuing to push culture. And the other thing is this wonder, which is the most important wonder for a cultural game, is about to finish. And we also will be able to swap into mercantilism before the end of the Golden Age. Um, and oh, we'll need to swap out of pacifism back to organized religion and back into slavery. Okay, cool. So let's pick up where we left off. We still have these units that are just kind of chilling back here. Stoned actually has food now. Look at this, we actually managed to get to +5 food. It's a miracle. We'll give it the double hammer tile. Cool. And the next thing we need to do is we need to clear that. This trireme was able to kill the barbarian ship that was floating around, and it's going to be upgraded into a caravel as soon as we discover optics. So that's like just over 1 turn away. Yeah, let's do like 50% and then we'll finish it next turn. All right. Okay, here. By the way, a lot of the workers have finally like finished up with what they were supposed to be doing. Oh, we don't have anyone defending this city. We probably have an extra unit somewhere that can go garrison this city. Extra archer or something somewhere. We'll figure it out. Maybe the god chariot. Get a deserving rest back here. Anyway. Oh, yes, that's right. I was moving some of these units down here to stone because it looked like there was a stack potentially building down here. So once optics finishes, we probably need to go engineering, which has a lot of useful stuff. Road movement, Notre Dame, pikes, castles. Castles are very cheap with us having stone, etc. Okay. Here I was trying to get some road movement in this area. So Wankan did found some new cities. This one's new, and then there's a new city over here too. I don't suppose this unit at 7 at strength 2 could kill this unit. Good morning, Coding Cajun. Maybe we capture this city at 0.1% odds. Oh yes, thank you. Yeah, he is 5 weeks old today, so he just had one of those milestone, not a major milestone or anything, but had one of those dates because he was born 5 weeks ago on this Friday. And we were able to spread irrigation all the way over to here. We were able to finally irrigate this corn, so that's nice. Yeah, Burninator's got the the emote that we created for William. All right, so the question is, do we want to windmill this or do we want to mine this tile? I think we want to mine it because we're probably going to be cottaging everything else. But more importantly, we probably should cottage these other tiles. So we've already spread irrigation everywhere it needs to go. We'll now look to start cottaging some of these. And I would probably whip this forward, but we're not in slavery civic right now. So, all right, so we had this spy come back to us. One of the suggestions was have the spy hang out and cut the iron at the start of the next war, which is not a bad idea. So let's move him, start moving him in that direction. That's probably the best thing we can do. Probably not going to be able to steal any more text from these guys because we don't have that. We only have 200 espionage points. So we don't exactly have a ton of espionage points. Also, does he even have any text that we... No, he doesn't have a single tech that we lack. So we're up theology, we're up aesthetics, and everything behind aesthetics, which is like the whole top of the classical era tree. We're up philosophy, we're up compass, and about to be up optics. We're up machinery. He does have civil service. Does he have guilds? That would be... No, he doesn't have machinery, so he doesn't have guilds. Okay. Obviously, that means he doesn't have engineering either. Anyway. All right, well, the big thing is we're going to get this wonder. And again, this is the biggie when you're in a cultural game, because you're going to end up running a lot of specialists, and this adds 2 culture to every specialist. Because we're going to be going into mercantilism here shortly, and then that'll mean free artist specialist in every city, and that's 6 culture. Well, every city that's on the border anyway. By the way, quick note on Sistine Chapel. I have been there. I don't know if any of you in the chat have had a chance or watching on YouTube have had a chance. It's actually very small, much smaller than this video makes it look like. It is not a big chapel at all. Okay, anyway, so we finished that here. Now we're up to 79 culture per turn. That's great. Do we just knock out Angkor Wat real quick here too? I see no reason not to. We can almost finish it by the end of the Golden Age. I think that's a higher priority than it. I mean, we want to do the synagogue eventually, but like the synagogue will still be there, and we do want this wonder, and it's another 8 culture, because then we can run priests over engineers. And as I said, we're going to be building an awful lot of temples, so we will have the opportunity to run priest specialists if we want in cities. So yeah, sure, why not? Go for it. We'll use that Golden Age production. Anyway, by the way, thanks for subscribing, Coding Cajun. I did get the little pop-up note from Twitch on you have earned X amount since the last time that they did the thing where they're going to pay you, and it was like $100. I think it's like every 3 months or something. So obviously not exactly like hurting. We're doing just fine in terms of money, but it is nice when people subscribe. All right, well, you can't go any further here. Maybe someday we'll be able to evacuate these units, but for the moment, they're stuck there. Okay, you can chop that. You guys can probably do something a little bit more useful. You were there last year, cool. I don't know if you had the same impression as me. I did not think it would be that small. I was surprised by how small it was. This is definitely going to have to be a windmill on this town because this city does not have enough food otherwise. And then elsewhere, we can't build lumber mills yet, can we? No, that's replaceable parts. It's only in some of the mods that you can start getting that earlier. Why don't we continue irrigating some of these tiles here? And we can always like bulldoze them and turn them into workshops later on. Okay, so we got this roaded. Okay, we're not going to be working that tile anytime soon. So we'll be working so like right now, obviously we don't want to run a specialist, but like we will get a free specialist from mercantilism. And then, you know, this will be 6 culture per turn, so that will pop the borders very, very quickly, but obviously we're going to run. We don't want to do that if we have to run a specialist. Alrighty, so right now I'm having these guys road some of these tiles along the border. We'll also be able to build, what's the word I'm looking for? Water mills in some of these cities soon too. Alright, Schwarzfeld finished this, so it'll grow onto the cottage. That looks good. Just as the granary. And if you're curious as far as how the cities are doing in terms of culture, so right now, Paradise, 95, East Korea, 79, Cradle, 66. So the capital is actually the lowest right now. Maybe the capital can do Notre Dame for some additional culture. We also have all of these. Look at all these temples, monasteries, and cathedrals we have to build in here. Also need to get this grocer too, just for the health benefit, I think. So bananas we don't have, spices we don't have, sugars we don't have. We do have wines, so it's only +1. It's actually not that great. Hopefully we'll be able to trade for some stuff overseas. Anyway, we are going to get a great person here. It's probably a scientist, and that means we'll probably use him for an academy. And then any future scientists we'll save after that. We'll also want Oxford in this city as well, because we have great library, Oxford combines nicely, so it'll probably be National Epic Oxford. And of course we're in bureaucracy, so we get the bureaucracy synergy with an academy as well. Of course, we might get a low odds something else, in which case we'll see. All right, engineering is next. All right, market done. So the question is, what do we work on next? We already have enough Jewish temples, so we don't need to build more of those. We are going to need to build more Christian temples. I think I want you to build some Christian missionaries, because that's probably the second religion we want to spread. All right, what great person did we get? We did get the scientist. That was the expected outcome. Because like in terms of religious spread, I think we want to do, Judaism is our state religion. We want to run that. I think Christianity will be religion number 2. And then maybe it's Confucianism for religion number 3, just as we spread these around. Okay, so you will use for the academy. Does give us culture, which is part of the thing that's nice. Actually, do get 4 culture for this. But the 50% beakers, it's still early enough in the game that that's valuable. We could also discover paper. And the Great Scientist is not a terrible option either, but the Academy is definitely better. So let's see, we're at 350. Let's see what the comparison is at 100%. So at 100%, we're at 678. And we went up to 740. So about 70 beakers on 100%. So that's not bad. All right, we're going to upgrade this into a careful. Wow, only 50 gold. I might have built some more of these if I'd known it was that cheap of an upgrade. And we'll run 100% this turn, and then probably 100% next, or as close as we can get to 100%, because we want to put that Golden Age commerce into research. We've got to flip back to, we're going to have to flip out of pacifism next turn, but we did help generate a great person, and we did generate some additional great person points. Paradise is apparently going to produce the next great person. Yeah, and it'll probably be an artist, which would not be bad. Always use it as a super specialist or something. If it's a great profit, we'll save for future Golden Age, of course. All right, anyway, so we got another, this should probably just be a cottage here. You can just chill there. And we probably do need to get a little bit more military after this, just because Wang Khan is probably going to come back again for another round. Unfortunately, we can't tell if he has enough on his hands already, because we can't ask him, because there's no other AI in the game, so we can't ask him how he feels as far as like, is he preparing to declare war? But we can at least clear out some of the border zone of trees and jungle. Anyway, you just chill over here. Probably will not be able to rescue those guys, but we'll see. And we can get the spy, headed back in that direction. All right. So you work this. And I guess we might as well look to chop this. Back in organized religion by the time the chop finishes. So that looks pretty good. Here we're going to, yeah, when we come out of anarchy, we're going to whip something. Probably this temple, and then overflow into the synagogue. I don't think I'll be able to resist pointlessly eroding all the neutral desert tiles. Well, I mean, I could, but it would probably just help Wang Khan, so for the moment, no. Oh, wait a minute, that stack that was in here moved. Interesting, I wonder where it went. Oh, well. So, if we're curious about culture points, I realize this is technically debug mode, but I like being able to see the actual numbers, not just the percentages. So anyway, technically we do not have control over this tile yet, because like you can see there's more Korean culture. There's just no city that has borders that extend out that far. But you know, we're starting to get control. Like we're gonna get control of this tile pretty soon. And as soon as Chose Unwisely hits 100 culture, it'll be putting like 50 culture points a turn on these tiles. So we'll start slowly getting more control of some of these. It's gonna take a while, but we should be able to flip. Well, it depends on how much culture Seoul has. Actually, Seoul already has quite a bit of culture, so I don't know. Let's just keep going. Oh, and I wanted to build some more caravels. That's it. Well, I'll probably have to whip them out. Like Goldfish, you could build Careful, I'd rather have you finish that over the market. This city needs to whip its lighthouse. This city, though, this city can whip a caravel, no problem. Just 2-pop whip it. Because it's not building anything super important. Also, why are you working an engineer specialist? We can just whip that next turn. Alright, this city is still working on its whip duration. You can build that in 2 turns? Okay, works for me. I mean, it'll take 3 because they're going to come out of Golden Age. But anyway, hi Barden. I'm glad you're able to make it, and thank you for the congratulations. Okay. Oh, hello. What's this? A lot of war elephants coming. Well, looks like they're heading back towards us, so probably going to need to defend this city that we captured. So let's head in that direction. So we definitely need to get some pikes here. Right now what I have would not fare very well against war elephants at all. But on the plus side, we don't have walls yet either. Okay, well let's get the walls. We can whip this next turn. We'll whip the walls to completion. And then they'll probably have to stop to bombard orders. Anyway, we finally have some caravels, so let's get out there and explore. Can we finish? Oh, we can actually finish engineering. That's awesome. Cool. So I'll definitely whip out some pikes, because most of this Wangkhan army seems to be elephants. Now, before I forget, let's go ahead and organize religion, mercantilism, slavery, bureaucracy, representation. There we go. Right, exactly. There's like no units in here that would even benefit from walls, but they will stop to bombard the walls anyway. You are correct. Almost all the units in here would not benefit from walls. But we'll get some pikes. Desert Lullaby, I'm gonna swap to a spear, and it'll auto upgrade in queue to a pike, and then I can whip it to completion next turn. I can now whip the caravel to completion. Technically, I could have waited 1 more turn, but that's fine. And you will just naturally finish this anyway. By the way, no. Bad spy specialist, no. I will have to go through my cities and adjust the specialists, because, you know, AI loves those spy specialists. Okay, so we're back in organized religion, so we'll get the full benefit on this chop. There we go. And hopefully I can get this border finished roaded before a war takes place. All right. This city, I actually think I do want the engineer specialist, just to help produce things faster. But we'll see. Yeah, I can't fire this. This is a free specialist. I can't fire it. Anyway, in the meantime, just keep farming there. Okay. Let's go through and look at our cities real quick to make sure that they're working the appropriate specialists. All right. So I think I want the engineer specialist here as well. It's the difference between 2 culture and 6 culture, but that's not that big of a difference. It takes me from 19 production to 21, so I hit the next breakpoint. I hit like that 20, which is an even number divided by 4, so you get the full bonus production. So we're at the happiness cap here, so we'll have to build some more stuff. So I'm happy with that. Paradise, again, Paradise kind of struggles with production, so I do think the engineer is appropriate there as well. All right, Anchor Watts, probably like 6 turns away, but we should get that. All right, Desert Lullaby, you're going to auto upgrade in queue to a pike, and then we'll whip that. Caravel. Oh wait, I got to assign the specialist. All right, here, yeah, this gets us to 16 production, which is an even number, so that goes to 20 with the forge. That looks good to me. You though, I want the scientist here. Goldfish. Ugh. Takes me from 15 to 17, so yeah. Okay. And again, this takes me from 10 to 12. Geez, I'm running a lot of engineers, but I think that's pretty good. 2 production, 3 beakers, 2 culture. That feels pretty good. So we're almost done the courthouse. No, so we'll finish the courthouse here. Then we probably will just whip out a pike because we're gonna need more military if they're coming back for another round. Yeah, once again, each one of these keeps putting me over these like rounding points, so definitely run that. This is another city that we should get out another pike because it's going to take a couple turns to move to the front. And we may need a pike here as well because currently this city has one archer for defense, which is not a lot. Boxed wine. You are already stacked up on happiness, so you can chill for right now. All right, we just whipped here. Engineer is better than the alternatives. This city definitely needs to whip its lighthouse. And we'll try to get you we're going to try to get you a forge next so you can work something better than a citizen specialist. And yeah, you need the walls, and you're working the artist specialist. Okay, we'll whip the walls next turn. Even though it's just going to stack another whip on happiness, that's fine for right now. Schwarzwald, definitely whip the forge. And we can grow back onto that tile next turn. Okay, that looks good. Let's see how much longer we have before he declares war. Okay, I thought they would wait a turn to actually attack. Thought I had another turn before they attacked. Okay. Thought I had another turn before he would declare war. Man, this dude just will not leave us alone in this game.
Perfection. Not when there is nothing left to
Okay.
but when
Well, let's make sure we can lock down the Divine Right religion next. I mean, he won every single fight, too, so now we got it. All right. Thank you, Gorilla Jones, by the way. It's like, I literally just want to sit here and build culture, and Wang Khan's like, no, fight, no, more fighting. Anyway, William, the actual William is here, so let me take him back. Here he is. So he woke up, unfortunately.
But he's been quiet.
He's been quiet. He's doing the face again. Yeah. He had a rough day yesterday. He's been doing better today, though. Yeah. Yeah. What do you think?
Some concerns about your technology tree.
What? He's very cute, yes.
Can't quite hold his head.
Yeah, can't quite hold his head up yet. Thank you for bringing him down.
Mm-hmm.
All right, well, now we got to try to figure out what the heck we're going to do here. Oh yeah, we got the extra happiness because we finished the cathedral, that's right. All right. We're probably, as much as I wanted to build more culture. Oh, by the way, and see what the effect of the cathedral is. Plus 50% boosts this city up to 100 culture per turn, which is quite nice. Okay. Well, probably need to get more units out again, which is not what I wanted to do, but I think is necessary, unfortunately. Again, pikes are probably the best unit we can build against this. All right, we got the lighthouse done. Forge next. Forge done here. Work the better specialist. Library can finish with the overflow. Okay. Now the religion is still there at Divine Right, isn't it? Yep. So we need to lock that down before anything else happens. Okay. Ugh. We had one of those really bad outcomes where Wang Khan won all of the fights, and so all his units are now going to promote. I thought he would stop to bombard the defenses, but he didn't. So this city, I think the city's dead, and I think the best option is probably just to evacuate. Let's see how lucky he was on his dice rolls. I mean, his units are promoted, so I'm not shocked that he was winning them. Okay. So he won a 67%. Again, not shocking. He won a 71%. He won a 73%. And then he won the 99%. Okay. So kind of lucky. Odds were he probably should have lost one of those rounds. Probably should have lost one of those rounds, but no, he won all of them, unfortunately. The sad thing is we were like a couple turns away from having pikes in here. And the other thing is I did move these units down away from the front lines because I thought he had the stack in this city a couple turns ago, but then he moved them away. All right, so this tile is not roaded, so I can actually finish chopping that. Yeah, if you abandon it, whip it first, that's true. Anyway, so far we have not found anything. So we know that there's ice over here. So it looks like this is near the East Pole. And this is a tilted axis map, so it's an East Pole and a West Pole, just FYI. Yeah, that was almost like a fake out from a human player. Obviously the AI is not coordinated enough to do something like that, but it did almost feel like that. Anyway, so there's not a ton of work to be done. Oh, this hill, we can chop this and look to mine it afterwards. You I'll send off more in this direction. Okay. Probably would like one more caravel, but this is okay for the moment. All right, anyway, so as I said, we probably have to fall back here. Now, do I trust that they can't actually... I don't think any unit can actually kill this unless there's a unit on this tile right here, which there might be, but I'm going to chance it. I'm hoping the spy can give me some visibility. It might be better just to have the spy stand like somewhere over here, just so I can see like what's in the fog. Anyway, that's actually pretty bad. Like he killed two of my elephants that were promoted. Oh, that's right. Now I get the third movement point. That's nice. All right. Anyway, so yeah, I think we have to give up this city, unfortunately, and whip this down. But I can't get any more units into this city, so it's kind of pointless. Anyway, you pull back to here, because we might need you. At least we were able to get the border region. So it looks like we'll have to give up this city temporarily, and then we can hopefully take it back. Whip it again. I think that this is okay. I mean, if I take it back, that whip unhappiness is still going to be there. Like it'll retain if I take it back again later. All right, so let's see what we can do in terms of actually getting units. So we're going to need some of these. So we can whip this. Let's see if we can get another one. This city is the only city that has a barracks, by the way. We still don't have heroic epic built either. I was going to put it in East Korea. It's just been on wonders like the whole game. Oh, and this city doesn't even have a barracks. That's right. As it does Angkor Wat. It's a little tricky because I'm trying to keep balancing. I mean, like his whole army is mostly war elephants. Now the problem is pikes are going to do poorly against the Huachas, his unique unit. Right, because don't they get the bonus against melee? So I can't just be all pikes. Where's the Huacha? Where is this? Here it is. I'm just like scrolling past it. Yeah, plus 50% against melee. So pikes are going to struggle against them, even though they do well against the elephants. So I will need some other units too. All right, but since I have no pikes at all at the moment, and he is elephant heavy, we'll definitely get some of them. Some longbows. We can build knights as well, and knights are just such great units. Probably will want to get some of them at the very least. Okay, capital. I don't want to whip this city, so we'll get this out, and then it might have to go back to culture again. Goldfish. Ugh. Well, let's get some kind of unit. See, I'm not so much thinking longbows because I want to like attack and kill his stack when it comes into my territory. So I'm not so much thinking longbows. Now we're going to lose some of these tiles as soon as this city gets recaptured. Actually, this worker is probably going to be dead, but we'll see. We're going to lose some of these tiles because like this tile will go back into his control. This tile won't. No, pikes can absolutely go on the attack. You just have to You just have to clear the Huachas, that's all. And like a couple catapults hitting the stack will do enough damage to the Huachas that they won't be top defender. Anyway, we'll figure it out. We definitely need some pikes. So like this first round is pikes, and then we'll see what comes out beyond that. Maces, we probably could, you know what we could do? We could do some maces too. Probably some maces would be good. They get even odds against the elephants, and they would get odds against anything else. Certainly would beat Huachas. We can mix some of them in too. Anyway, you could also, you know, kill the Huachas with Knights Tro. They just don't do as well against the elephants. It's really annoying he has elephants and Huachas. It's like this unit combo is very annoying. Very annoying. One counters mounted, one counters melee. That doesn't leave a whole lot of options, which because they're kind of the two main unit types right now. Anyway, so we have to get these units out or they're just going to die, which would be silly. Let's pull them out. Definitely want to get the Great General out. Yeah, hate to do that, but we will be back. At least we can get a free upgrade here to a knight if we want. We can upgrade the chariots to knights too. In fact, I might end up doing that. Get me some more hitters. Don't get too comfortable back there with the God Chariot. Rename to Spud World on your way out. Yeah, until we can take it back again. I mean, it would be very trivial just to run over Wang Khan, but we're trying to play a culture game here. He's just not letting us right now. Alright. Get me some knights. They're unpromoted. I didn't want to build like a ton of barracks, but the game is like, no. You're going to go back into combat whether you want to or not. Alright, this city mostly has the infrastructure it needs at this point. I guess like we could do a courthouse, but our research rate's fine already. So let's get a unit out of here too. You're far enough on the front lines that it should probably be a knight. Alright, got the library done. Again, this city does want more of these type buildings long term, but we'll hit you for a knight in a few turns. Yep, so we've reached the... Looks like we've reached the East Pole over there. Oh, what's this? There's a war elephant off by itself. Alright, well that worker did manage to survive. I thought that it would probably be dead, but nope. Managed to get out of there. So I can hit this with this pike. Now the question is, can I then cover the pike? The answer is, I think yes, I can cover it with these units. And all these units are damaged enough. Yeah, so I think I can snipe this unit and not have the pike die. I don't know why he moved this elephant to this tile. Okay, well, for a 99-4 combat, that did not go as well as I was hoping it would. I got 3 hits. Oh well, we still won. That's the main thing. So now you guys can come up and cover this. I mean, I guess you might as well hang out with them too. Keep that stack together. Okay. So there's some more war. All right, so they're all war elephants and Huachas. I guess there is one sword back there. So as long as this tile's not roaded, this worker can stand here and it's not in any danger. Let's just get this tile roaded for right now. Sooner or later, we're going to find what else is out there in the fog. Now, I do have a lot of unpromoted units because I have no barracks, which kind of sucks, but... And of course, we'll get the circumnavigation bonus pretty quickly. No, we lost that city. Definitely lost that city. Okay, so I was going to upgrade this chariot to a knight, even though that's pretty expensive. The Great General Medic, I may want to become a knight. I'm just not sure. The main reason why you don't want to do that is then it will defend in a stack, and you often don't want your Great General Medic being the unit that defends. So we'll leave that as a chariot for right now. Meanwhile, I probably am going to need this unit, so why don't you get up here too? I'll probably promote you next turn. I hate burning multiple turns worth of research just on upgrades, but I kind of need units right now. And we'll have to get another defender for Schwarzwald at some point. Okay. So does this city can whip actually next turn, because its whip duration is running out. And this city's whip duration is about, I guess it's not about to run out. I don't want to over whip some of these cities. Okay, Mace, Goldfish, yes, whip this. Mace, and then the overflow should finish the Caravel, and then we can finally finish the market. Oh, and Paradise needs to, yeah, Paradise is about to run out of its whip cycle, so Temple will whip the Temple, overflow into the Synagogue, and that should be almost enough to finish it. What are we in terms of actual power relative to this guy? He's actually higher than us right now. That can't stand for long. In terms of the demos, we are last in power. Maybe that's why he came after us, because we're last in power. Again, I'm trying to build culture here, buddy. I'm trying to build cultural stuff. Let's see where he goes with these units. The Spy is pretty nice just for the extra visibility here. At least until the Spy gets caught. Oh, he has maces now too. That's annoying. All right, anyway. So I'd probably like to have this city just build the Christian Cathedral next. It's not very expensive to do, so let's see if we can knock that out with the bureaucracy bone. Oh, I was gonna have the city do Notre Dame. That's right. We'll do Notre Dame, just because it's worth quite a bit of culture, and yeah, this city's in good shape. All right, so you built a Christian missionary. We have whip unhappiness here. Let's get the barracks so that the next time we build a unit, it's not doesn't look like that. All right, we already have Christianity in our top 3 cities here. That's good. Let's put it in Beach episode next, because that city also has a lot of production. And it can build temples as needed. All right. So I don't think we're in a position to try to recapture this city right now. This was mostly just so we could get the pike and get out. So let's move back here. We did get the workers out, so that's a plus. So yeah, he definitely have maces. So the question is, do I want to hold this unit here, or do I want to go cut his iron? He probably can just reconnect the iron though, so I'm not sure that that's all that valuable. Why don't we keep you just here for vision right now? I wish there was like a hill tile here that I could stand on for the extra visibility, but can't really do that. So every turn that you move the spy, you increase the odds it's going to get caught, is kind of the downside. Standing in place, you have lower odds to get caught. Send in the warrior to pillage the iron. I don't think the warrior can make it all the way there without getting killed. That seems unlikely at this point, I'm afraid. Well, we can stand on these hill tiles for a little extra visibility, just to see what's going on. Let's get this tile roaded in case we would need to move through there. Okay, so we got the road done. Again, this worker's totally safe because there's no road on this tile, and Wang Khan does not have horses. So we're completely safe there. All right, now I've gotten those upgrades. Now that I've got a couple knights here, that'll definitely help. Probably want to wait for him to move a stack into our territory, kill the stack, and then counterattack. Oh, wait. We actually have control of this tile. I didn't even realize that. That's really cool. We can actually set up here, and like when the catapults aren't doing anything, we can just be bombarding the defenses of Spud World, because why not? Interesting. Williamstad can work a farm from East Korea. Where's Williamstad? I think I need that farm, don't I? Isn't East Korea working that? Yeah, East Korea should be working this tile because I'm trying to grow it. There we go. Otherwise, yeah, that would have made sense. But I'm trying to grow this city. There we go. Just trying to get this city up to the happiness cap as much as possible. All right. Oh, look who else is in this game. It's Sitting Bull, another one of our favorite AIs. Okay, so we can't trade anything with him because we don't have astronomy tech. But at least we can now sign open borders. Now, caravels can go into enemy territory even without open borders. Oh, he has marble. Ooh, interesting. We sure would love to get our hands on marble. Maybe if we can get astronomy down the road. Okay, let's keep you with this stack here. Need to heal that pike. Let's get you over to here. I wish I had this tile roaded. But I'm getting a stack together. Poverty point. Oh, yeah, he probably has already used the name Poverty Point in the game. That would have been interesting if we tried to put that name in place and the game was like, no, you can't use it. All right, anyway, so for the time being, I'm just dumping some cottages over here. They're not going to be used anytime soon, but you know, the Schwarzwald will grow onto them eventually at some point in the future. By the way, engineering makes such a big difference in terms of road movement. Being able to move the three tiles instead of the two is a big deal. We'll name it the real Poverty Point. Yeah, it's such a bad city. I have placed a very low priority. I don't know if we're actually going to found this city anytime soon. It's such a bad spot. Okay. Now, anything I need to whip. So I can whip something here, although I'm not sure it actually is worthwhile to whip something here, because I'm kind of working good tiles at the moment. And like we're going to grow onto this tile. It might be better just to keep this city at size 11, working all of its good tiles. I think that might actually be better than whipping. So we'll get the grocer, and then we can figure out what to do next, whether that's some units. Might be units for right now, and then on to cultural stuff later. Okay, so here we wanted to get the knight, and then we'll figure out what to overflow into. Maybe a grocer, maybe a bank. Maybe finish an actual barracks, like a lot of these cities. Is it worth bombarding defenses against someone whose entire army is swatches and elephants? That's a fair point. Fair point. Still, better to take out the defenses if you can, just so you, just because they'll probably put an actual defending unit in the city at some point. Fair point, though. AI in this game is pretty good about that, putting actual defensive units in cities. AI actually defends quite well in Civ4. Like, there's a lot of things that the AI does not do well, but it does defend pretty well. Okay, so while we're here, we do want to build. We want the city on units. I probably could use another mace or two, to be honest, because I only have the one. Alright, so we got a knight out of here, yeah. Let's get an actual barracks so that we're not, in the future, whipping out useless cities. Does he even have longbows? Yeah, he does, because when we captured the city from him before, there was a longbow in it. So same thing I think here. We'll whip out a knight from this city in a couple turns when the whip duration's gone. Okay. 25% odds. Just checking to see like what odds we get. Like a healthy pike. See the pikes hit the huachas, so yeah. Do not get good odds there. Definitely covering for one another. So this is the injured pike. Obviously gets even worse odds. I'm going to just ship you back here for healing. And I'm going to move the rest of the stack up a tile and just start bombarding. Although I have this, Would he actually like move a huacha to attack the pike by itself? I don't think he would. Can't see him doing that. Then again, No, I have to wait here for a turn. I don't want to move the stack up without pike support, and the pike can't move up with them, so we'll just chill on this tile for right now. We'll move up and start bombarding next turn. You just need to heal here. You can actually heal in one turn with the Great General Medic. The God Chariot, that's ready to go. Yeah, it is weird that he doesn't have, that he has these swords as his top defender. That is kind of weird. But rest assured, he does actually have them. Oh, look, we can cut the road with our spy. That is definitely not the best way to make use of that spy. So he's building up. I guess this is where like his next stack is incoming. Just put him in Soul. I think we get decent enough vision in there. All right, so this is the last caravel I think we need to build. 4 should be enough to defog the map pretty well. And we should get the circumnavigation bonus. Oh. Well, this warrior may be dead, because this tile is roaded, as I should have guessed. If so, rest in peace, brave soul. We did get control of this tile, which is pretty funny. This one we're not going to get control of. And the reason why we have control of this tile, but not this tile, is because East Korea is pushing on this tile. East Korea does not reach this tile. Although it will pretty soon. 22 turns, it'll pop borders. So this is 20% culture. This is 40%. This is 60%. This is 80%. So East Korea will be pushing here very soon. All right, so Angkor Wat, once that's done, I think we build the Jewish synagogue so we can get up to like 120 culture per turn here. As I said, it's pretty cheap. And then maybe we go Heroic Epic. And, oh, I need more Christian temples. I only have built 1 Christian temple. Okay, I definitely need to get more of them. East Korea is the only city in my whole empire that's built, where's the... Because I'd like to get, I need to get more religions in that city, in East Korea. Christian temple. Should list. I'm not seeing Christian temple on here. I probably scrolled past it 5 times. Oh, here it is. It was the very last one on the list. Christian temple. Yeah, I've only built 1 and it's in East Korea. Okay. So I need some of the other cities with Christianity to build a Christian temple. So Cradle, before you do Notre Dame, build a Christian temple. Because then I could build a cathedral in East Korea. I could potentially build the cathedral there. Well, actually, no, it's not that high a priority because we have to do the synagogue. We want to do the synagogue first. Never mind. Cancel that order. Although I do want you to do that long term. All right, for the time being, we're just continuing to get roads down for mobility purposes. Okay, let's see. So I have a caravel over here. This one, you should tack west then, based on where the other caravels are exploring. Oh, another AI. Surrey Varman, and he seems to be stronger than Sitting Bull. Might as well sign open borders with these guys. So there's one more AI in the game. We are ahead in tech against these other... They all seem to be roughly equal with Wang Khan in tech. Actually, Surrey's behind, a little bit behind. How does he feel about Sitting Bull? Cautious. Pleased. Okay, they like each other. Wang Khan hates us. Everybody else is just cautious. Surrey apparently really likes Sitting Bull for whatever reason. Anyway. So again, I'm hoping just to retake this city and then sign peace. I'm really not trying to fight a war with this dude. All right, so up here, there's not exactly a ton to do. I guess, again, we might want to road this just in case we need movement on that tile. It's, as I said, a low priority. Okay, I'm going to have you circle in this direction because there's another caravel up here that can come down and get the east part of the island. You guys are just building cottages for future use. I think +5 food is enough here for right now. We do need to get a defender there. Some cheap unit. Okay. And I'll turn on research for Divine Right next turn. And then we'll start going after... Then we're going to have to start going after some of the monk wonders. We should be able to get both Spiral Minaret and Sankor, which will be nice because we're building an awful lot of Jewish temples and monasteries and cathedrals. So that's worthwhile. And then do I have any other whips that are on the immediate future? I don't think so. Again, I basically have like all my weaker cities trying to cover for all my better cities, which are sitting around. Oh, by the way, now we can get to 20 production here. So that's better than the scientist. There we go. 20 plus 25% plus 25%. Yeah, I think for the time being, we need to get actual units out of here. So I'll probably do the barracks and then get some more knights. Knights are just the best. Yeah, well, the other continent shares religion because guess what? Every other religion in the game is on my continent. So this is the only place, like all the other 5 religions are on this continent here, the one where I started out on. So we have Taoism, we have Confucianism, we have Hinduism. Well, Wang founded it, but we took it over. We have Christianity, we have Judaism, and we're going to get Islam hopefully in a couple turns. I don't think anyone else has it. Korea, I don't think they have optics. It's a good question. Korea does not have compass, so they can build galleys and that's it. Anyway, let's see what he does with these units here. Oh, we built another wonder. Yay, Angkor Wat. For souped up priest specialist, but mostly we've just built this for the culture. Yeah, it's a little rough when all of your best cities are like tied up on wonders all the time. Wat. I don't build this one very often in my games. I'm usually not running a lot of priest specialists. Okay. This should take us up to 150 culture per turn here. So let's do it. Also, I realized I made a mistake. Yeah, we'll get the barracks. Barracks here. So for the time being, I will put you on probably the grocer, but your next whip is probably going to be a knight. Wish you had a little bit better food surplus here. Oh well. Maybe someday. Maybe someday when we get biology, you'll have a better food surplus. Okay. Same deal here. I put you on a grocer, but your next whip's probably going to be a knight. Probably. We will need you to spread Confucianism or Taoism long term, but we can hold off on that for right now, I think. All right. So the religion should still be there. I've mentioned this before. If you're ever curious, is the religion there? You can always do this and see the little Islam symbol. That means the religion has not been claimed yet. So we'll be able to get that in 2 turns. Okay. So he's healing up in Spud World. There's still no actual defender here. But we now have a fully healed stack. Let's grab everybody. It's really nice that we can just sit here in our own borders in complete safety and bombard this city. It's kind of nice. I am hoping that he'll be foolish enough to move his stack. Now, obviously, I don't want to attack from here because I'd be attacking across the river. But, you know, I can always move here and then attack. Still does not have any units. I guess there's one random sword over here, but does not have any other units in the area. Let's get this roaded. Again, there's no urgent task for these workers to do, so roading is fine. I hate how the unit cycling like pulls me. Oh, and here's our last AI, Churchill. I was gonna say I hate how my unit cycling like pulls me way up here. Peace in our time. Sign open borders with you. Unfortunately, we can't trade anything because again, we don't have astronomy. Might go astronomy. Might try to push up astronomy's timeline for that reason, so I can trade with these guys. No one has paper yet. No one is threatening liberalism. Like liberalism seems very safe at the moment. No, we're not declaring war. We're just scouting out your coastline. All right, you can heal for 1 turn, and then you'll be back in the action. I'm just continuing to see what we can see. We actually could bring a missionary and then drop them off and scout out, but I think I'll probably be able to trade for somebody's world map. We're also curious if there's any uninhabited islands out there. We'd love to see if we could. Oh, actually, this warrior actually survived. Amazingly, this crossbow, longbow, crossbow, spearman pair, all of them ignored this poor warrior and left him alone. So the dream is still alive to rescue this guy. Feels insincere to say peace in our time to Churchill. Yeah, agreed. It's a little odd. I realized that I missed a whip here at this city, but fortunately, it did not drop to a 1-pop whip. It stayed at a 2-pop whip, so that's good news. Yeah, definitely run this. So this will finish the temple, and then the overflow should finish the Jewish synagogue, and then this city will be up to like 150 culture per turn as well. We actually do have an incentive to get to liberalism quickly in this game and like not dilly-dally around, and that's so that we can get free speech. So we can get into free speech, which is plus 100% culture. So as soon as I'm done with divine right, I think I'm going to go paper, education, liberalism, and maybe we liberalism astronomy because it's a super expensive tech and we can already research it. And then it'll let us have trade routes that go overseas so we can actually start picking up resources. And we missed the Colossus. So it's like, whatever. Also, Stonehenge. We didn't build Stonehenge. It's one of the very few wonders we didn't build in the early game. So, yep. No, I mean, my best cities are still going to stay on culture because that's the goal for the game. That's part of what that's the only reason that this war is like, I won't say difficult, but like not a complete steamroller. I mean, it is only Emperor difficulty, right? All right. Well, what can we do in here? Oh, we can poison the water. The AI loves to do this. I think we'll just chill here. I'm content with just staying here for visibility on in this area. We don't have enough espionage points to do very much. Oh yeah, and for right now, I'd rather get graphs on the other AIs anyway. Let's just get Sitting Bull's graphs first. We'll get graphs on everybody, and then we can go back to what we want to do. Apparently, Surya Varman's been spamming the courthouses or running the espionage slider. Look at that. Anyway, so yeah, let's get graphs on the other AIs. I forgot that I have to adjust that. All right. Any whips? This city's wow, Stoned is like actually a city now. Holy cow. Stoned is an actual city now, you guys. We can get something out of here. Yeah, we can get something. I could put a castle in here, but so far the city has not come under any threat whatsoever. Let's just get another unit out of here. We'll just do a knight out of here. I've been doing this with a lot of the less developed cities just to get our power up a little bit. Yes, we're still last in power, but not by that much. Yeah, because I've been getting some units out. Definitely have to get Heroic Epic in one of these cities soonish. Put it in East. I want to put it in East Korea for the culture, but might make more sense to put it somewhere else where I'm actually building units. The other logical place would be Desert Lullaby because this city is usually on military. Could also look to do that because this city can get up to like almost 20 base production per turn, and then that could be doubled to 40. Yeah, we'll see. Yeah, Stoned is actually looking pretty solid. Well, it managed to reach +5 food, which is like always the thing you're driving towards. All right, so they're just hanging out here for the time being. They don't have a medic unit, which is why they're taking a long time to heal. Let's see if they do something stupid like try to attack me. All right, we got the market in here. Do we have a barracks in here? No, we should get the barracks so that these units have promos. Okay, now one thing that's annoying is we don't have this tile roaded. I think we need to get this tile roaded just for movement purposes. Also, would really like it if I had control of this tile. That would sure be nice. And look, they did move an actual defensive unit in here, a mace. I would expect these units are going to move out pretty soon. Yeah, I really have to get this tile roaded. 1, 2, yeah. So we're just going to have to protect these units. So I might have to move the whole stack back just for a turn. Not bombard this turn, just move the whole stack back for safety's sake. Because I don't really want to split up these units. Yeah, let's do that. I would prefer to bombard for another turn, but I need this tile roaded. Now, I wish I had a third worker here, so I'd only have to cover them. I mean, they'll finish the road next turn, but there'll still be a worker on this tile next turn, unfortunately. Anyway, so we managed to heal up this, so that's a plus. And let's move the chariot up 2. Just in case this stack would get attacked between turns, then we already have the medic in place. I would expect that they're going to move out towards one of my cities soon, because like they've got these maces incoming. We should have enough units now, though, that we can hit with some catapults and then clean up whatever's behind. I'm going to need a couple more catapults, though, because I'm going to have to suicide a cat or two in order to make this work. All right. Get the knight out. And again, we'll probably overflow into the barracks because we actually do want units not coming out with 0 XP. Our spy got caught? Yeah, that's not shocking. It happens. Anytime they're in enemy territory, there's decent odds for that to happen. So, womp womp. At least somehow these units are still alive. I don't really know how, but they're still alive. Moundville. The city has stone. Alright, anyway, so Sitting Bull, let's run one more turn of this, then we'll flip over to Surrey. Wait, he only has... Oh no, these are only the cities I've scouted. He has more cities than that. I was like, wait, is that it? He has 2, 4, 6, he has 8 cities. Looks like they all have around 8 cities. 2, 4, 6, 8, 9 cities. And Sergey Varman has 2, 4, 6, 8, 9 cities. Yeah, they're all very even in terms of how much territory they have. That's kind of unusual. All right, well, why don't you backfill what's in here? We should be just about to unlock circumnavigation. We just have to get this caravel to loop around here and fill in. It could have been more efficient in terms of unlocking the circumnavigation bonus. If we could whack that 3 worker stack with our... I know, right? If only this was a forest tile, we could hit that. I don't really need more workers at the moment, though. Anyway, so we're just kind of chilling here for the moment, waiting for an opportunity to take this back. Getting some more units out where I can, that sort of thing. Mostly just as whip timers reset. Like, we're halfway to the next night here. I mean, I could whip it now if I was in real danger. Yeah, we're like halfway through a lot of whip cycles, and Beach Episode will be able to contribute. As I said, this is, you know, base 25 production per turn, so that's like 4 turn nights, so I think we'll just do that for right now. I know we don't have the stable, which would be nice, but yeah, it's 4 turn nights, and it's really like 3.5 turn nights, so we'll just do that for now. Does this become the Heroic Epic City? This could actually make a very good Heroic Epic City. Hold on. Because we're already at 20 base production, and we could get more long-term by, like, mining one of these tiles. Maybe this is the Heroic Epic City. Might as well take over Seoul and deny him elephants. We'll see. I don't want to push too far, but we have to take away at least one city from him. It might be Pyongyang. We would dearly like to get this... We would really like to get this rice tile. But, his capital has control of that and is not going to lose control of it anytime soon. I don't think we have, like, any culture there. Also, Dike plus Moai, yeah. This might be a really good Heroic Epic City. We'll see. For right now, though, I just need more units. I can't do the long-term. Sometimes you have to, like, put the long-term stuff on hold to do the actual... Get the actual units you need in the moment. Versailles, I doubt we're ever going to build unless we get marble. It's just too expensive without marble and not worthwhile enough, but we'll see. Maybe we get marble. Maybe we get a great engineer. All right, well, we do get the last religion, so we have 6. We founded 5, and we have control of 6 religions. It's going to be hard to get access to Buddhism, but we don't really need Buddhism. All right, so paper's next. We actually can almost one-turn paper. All right, barracks done here. As I said, we're just going to 4-turn some knights for a little while. This city, same as I've been doing. Let's use the overflow to get to barracks. And let's see what they did, because they did move some units into my territory. All right, they have moved some isolated units. They have 1 mace here by itself. Obviously, we're not going to attack in the forest. 1 mace. Oh, we got a great engineer. Oh, okay. We got a great engineer. Cool. Okay, well, that opens up the possibility for another wonder. That could be Versailles. Or actually, no, it should be Hagia Sophia because that's more likely to get taken by the AI. Okay. We will rush the otherwise mostly useless Hagia Sophia and just claim another wonder. Versailles is slightly more culture. Obviously, it's a more expensive wonder, but Hagia Sophia is actually going to get taken by someone else. Cool. Very nice. And engineers already in paradise. Again, the wonders that we're rushing go in paradise because it has the weakest production. So even though it's looking good on culture for now, we kind of have to baby it because it can't really build wonders on its own. Okay, cool. We'll just skip turn here because the Jewish synagogue. Actually, you know what? No. We'll do this in the opposite order, just in case for the very, very remote chance that this would get built on this interturn. We'll do Hagia Sophia first. Why not? Remember, the player always wins same turn ties. Why not Spiral Minaret? Because we're going to build Spiral Minaret ourselves. Spiral Minaret's very cheap to build. We get doubled production with stone, so we'll just do that naturally, and it'll be easy to do. East Korea can do that as soon as it's done this synagogue. See, only 10 turns. We didn't have marble, and another AI is probably already building that wonder too, is the other thing. All right, so do we have a unit that can kill this? Like, do one of these, like, what odds does the top knight get on this unit? 60. All right, that's worthwhile. I'll take a 68%. Because we're going to be... Oh, wait. Well, we want to road this tile first. Road the tile first. Okay. Split the stack. Now, can one of these guys take shock promotion now? Shock would be better, but... So we can move here. All right, well... Yeah. So you want to take the 2 out of 3 dice roll, you guys? Are you feeling lucky? Anytime you can get odds close to 70%, you should usually take it. Let's go. Make me proud, knight. Nice. All right, good stuff. And we get an extra promotion. So we'll be able to take formation, which is the anti-cav promotion, and that'll help us out. Okay, cool. All right, let's bring the rest of the stack over. There's one worker here. I actually don't mind using the one worker as bait. I wouldn't mind getting them to move their stack here to try to kill that worker. So I'm actually going to move the rest of the stack and leave that worker there as bait. And if they delete it, I mean, it's one worker. That's not that valuable at this stage of the game. Okay. So the other worker, I actually would like to road this tile too. And actually safe to road this tile because remember, they have no 2 movers, so there's no way that they can hit this tile with any of their units. Yeah, so the knight that attacked is back protected with the rest of the stack again. Oh, wait, I can actually upgrade one of the units, and I have a sword that can become a mace. Let's do that for sure. Paper's not that urgent. The sword is kind of useless right now because it would just die instantly to any of these maces running around. But the sword, as upgraded, actually gets pretty good odds when attacking. Okay, and the pikes are there. Yeah, so if they try to attack with these war elephants into this stack, they're going to get totally owned. The war elephants I just need to separate from the huachas, and then we're good to go. All right, Desert Lullaby. We've got a missionary here. So I think I might want to move this. Do we want to do this to East Korea? No. I'm trying to get them all into the capital first. Capital does have bureaucracy, so we'll see. It's going to be a tough dice roll because I already have 5 religions in the capital. But we'll try our best for another one. By the way, note that paper's an 8-turn research, even with even with 0% on the slider, because we have a lot of representation specialists. Oh, hello, that's a pretty big stack. I'm glad that's not attacking me. Looks like this is a world with just 2 main continents. I don't know if there's any other continents out there. I guess we're going to find out. Yeah, you just keep chilling here for right now. Again, we're hoping to rescue you with with the galleon someday. Oh, and here you go. You can help out with this guy. Again, these workers are safe. All right, here comes another knight. Let's keep you one tile back just so you're safe. And you guys can just finish up with your cottages here. Again, this city really needs a defender because we have +2 on happiness. Is there any random unit somewhere I can move into this city as a defender that's not pulling them away from the front lines? I got a warrior. You know, Desert Lullaby could... maybe Desert Lullaby can just get me a longbow or something, and then this warrior can move back to the back lines. I don't know. We'll figure it out. Because there's a warrior in Desert Lullaby that's just useless, and then that could walk in the back lines there. Okay. So let's adjust the espionage points. We've got bar graphs with Sitting Bull, so now let's get them with Surya Varman. All right, let's just see what we got here. So yeah, GMP, that's not a surprise. Production, even out of the Golden Age, we're way ahead. Food, we're way ahead. Power, Sitting Bull is way ahead. So I guess it could have been worse, right? Like, Wankon's been annoying, but we could have had this guy next door to us. All right, let's see what he does. Let's see if so we're dangling this worker as bait. Are they going to take the bait? Nice, tasty worker bait. Let's see what they do. And this unit is annoying as well, but we have knights, so like if this unit just moves to here, we just hit it with one of our knights. That's why I'm not too concerned about Goldfish. Even though Goldfish only has 1 axe at the moment, I'm aware that that city is not very well defended. Okay, so Hagia Sophia done. Yet another wonder. Sitting Bull wouldn't have attacked us. Probably not. You never know, though. Wang Khan's not a particularly aggressive AI either, and he's been rabid about attacking us in this game, so you never know. This is another wonder I almost never build, just because it's a lot of investment for just faster workers. I mean, it's like, that's nice and all, but it's not really that necessary. Oh, they didn't even attack that worker. That's crazy. Okay. Well, they didn't do anything. Okay. They didn't do anything. Okay, well, I mean, we'll have the defenses taken out on this city shortly. I mean, like, if we can clear the mace and the huachas, the war elephants will die very easily to pikes. Like, very easily. I mean, we'll see what they... I thought they would go for the worker. They didn't. He still refuses to talk. Okay. Well, that was interesting to see. Why don't you go up there and road this tile while we're waiting? Oh, Notre Dame was built? Oh, no. I didn't even see that. Notre Dame built... Wow. I didn't even think any of them had engineering tech yet. That had to have been a great engineer. Wow, okay. Yeah, Wankan doesn't have engineering. Does Sitting Bull have engineering tech? What are the prerequisites for engineering on the tech tree? That's disappointing. I wanted that one. It's construction and machinery. And that almost had to have been a great engineer. Well, who built it anyway? Let's just see. No, England built it. Okay. I bet that was a great engineer. I cannot imagine that he could have finished it that quickly. That is disappointing. I mean, we don't really need the happiness. It's just we kind of wanted that. Oh, well, at least we're going to get an infusion of fail gold, so that's a plus. Now we can do that Christian temple that we were waiting for. Also, this city needs more health. Maybe I need to do the grocer. Because there's no other way to get more health in here, is there? I guess I could grab this tile from somebody. Which city is actually working that tile, just out of curiosity? Is this being worked by... yeah, Willemstad's not even working that tile, so let's give that back to the capital. Yeah, I did not think that that would be a wonder that would get taken. I'm surprised by that. Well, anyway, we'll do the Christian temple and go from there. We'll turn on research, certainly, because we're about to get more fail gold. Considering that, yeah, that is not a wonder I expected to fall that quickly. So I guess he had engineering and just pushed for it. He also has paper now, so we definitely need to push for liberalism. He's actually researching fairly well. He's not missing that many techs that we have. So like we have the top part of the aesthetics branch, but aside from that, he actually is keeping pace reasonably well in research. Like he's not that far behind as we would prefer. So anyway, this tile has to be a windmill. Might as well do that. Sorry, Cradle, you're not going to get this one. You're just going to have to be content with how many wonders do you have? Great Library Pyramids, National Epic. Actually, it's not that many wonders, really. A lot of improvements. A lot of tile improvements. Oh, well. We got half of it done. And we already have the ability to do... yeah, we're going to need to just... I just need the city to burn through all of these temples and monasteries next. I think that's more important than marketing grocer. All right, anyway, so what do? We bombarded here? Yeah, we bombarded, and the other units are just going to hang out. Oh, there was the knight I wanted to take formation, because it's so good against mounted units. Okay, you are separate from the stack because I upgraded you. Okay. Yeah, this the stack I have here should be more than sufficient to take this city. I'm just waiting to see what he's going to do with these. I would prefer if he moves these units out of the city and I can kill them and then capture the city afterwards. And then hopefully sign peace because I don't really want to fight this guy. Got a chop here at Great Rack. All right, anyway, so we're just exploring. Curse you, Churchill, how dare you build one of my wonders. All right, so this is a tricky dice roll. I think we only have like 60% odds for this to succeed. Oh, we got it. Even more temples and monasteries for the capital to build. It's where I wish I was spiritual. I wish I were spiritual. As I said, for a game like this, you normally want to go... spiritual is usually the best trait for a culture game like this. Financial is good if you're going to turn on the slider, but if you're not using the slider, spiritual is really good because you have to build so many temples. All right, what is this stack going to do, if anything? Let's see.
I cannot live without books.
Water supply of stone was poisoned. Oh man, the AI loves doing that, don't they? Water supply was poisoned. Okay, on to education, which is a much more expensive tech than the ones we've been researching. All right, so Paradise, 169 culture per turn. We're starting to get there. Starting to get there. All right, what's next? So we built the... well, let's see. Is it the cathedral? Christian cathedral? Probably. Because we're not going to build a wonder. I think we need to get more religions in this city, too. I think it's this, because we're not going to build these wonders. We don't have enough production for them. Sitting Bull's already at it. Oh, yeah. Sitting Bull. It wasn't him. It was definitely Wang Khan. But yeah, the AI loves to do that poison mission. Okay. Let's get an actual defender here, and then maybe this axe can go somewhere else. All right, so what's going on up on the front lines? We got 216 gold. Definitely not as good as getting the wonder. Ah, poor Stoned. Well, we definitely don't want you working this spy specialist when you're starving. So if you aren't familiar with this, the poison water adds 8 unhealthiness to a city. It's really stupid. It's like designed to be annoying but not actually do anything. And the AI just loves this mission. Oh, so there's the Colossus Stealer too. Actually, not even that far away. Built the Colossus there. Well, we should get circumnavigation in like 1 or 2 turns. I think that actually did it. I think we actually will get circumnavigation now, which means the caravels can speed up. We also have paper, so now we can trade for people's world maps. Oh, he won't trade ours. Okay. Okay. Sitting Bull. Okay. All right. Let's see what we've got as far as looking at their continent then. All right, well, see, I mean, we just got a full vision of their whole continent for 90 gold. I'll take that. What's our break even? Our break even's like 55%, so we could afford more cities. I'm wondering if there's any more cities out in the fog that no one's colonized yet. I mean, we're missing some vision. It looks like he has not scouted over here that well. But it seems like we were kind of lucky because this continent seems to be roughly the same size as ours, but it has 3 AIs and our continent has 2. So I do think we were kind of lucky in terms of our starting position. We could have had like Surya Varmans squeezed in between 2 AIs instead of having like a very substantial backlines to expand into. Anyway, so now we should have Surya Varmans. Actually, no, we don't have Surya Varmans graphs. I thought we would have them, but we don't, not yet. So we got to run at least one more turn with him, and then we'll see if we can swap them over to Churchill. All right, so you guys have mostly done everything I wanted you to up here. So we're hitting the stage at which we kind of have most of the tiles improved because we haven't. It's because we haven't been expanding for a little bit. I would have been continuing to push expansion, but there's nowhere else to go. So why don't you road these tiles for the time being? Just as I'm building roads over here, where I can. This tile's not roaded. Might need it for mobility purposes someday. All right, so we got this down to 0%. Well, if they don't move out, then next turn I'm going to move here, and then we'll go and take the city on the following turn. Also, now that we traded for the world map, we have less incentive to go explore the coastline. This guy still refuses to talk. At least we almost have the synagogue done here, which will boost this city to like 150 per turn. And then Cradle is the one that's behind. And then this city's the one behind because it didn't manage to get Notre Dame. Oh, that's sad. Well, maybe you can do one of these wonders. Spiral Minaret's a little bit safer, so why don't you do that one? And then East Korea can do Sankor. Sankor is more under threat because someone actually does have paper tech, because we know that Churchill has paper tech, so he could potentially build that. Does he have stone? Just out of curiosity. I'm going to guess well, he doesn't have it according to what we can see here, although we don't have full visibility on him. So again, I'm going to think he probably Great Engineer rushed the wonder he did build. We should get circumnavigation in between turns. Let's see if it pops up. I would expect it would, but I'm still waiting to see what the heck this guy's going to do. He's just stuffing units into that city. Got a mace here. We're going to need some catapults after we throw some away here. All right, there's the barracks. Again, we'll put you back on infrastructure. Well, actually, does this city really need a bank? What religions? Do we have any religions? We don't have any religions here that can really help out. I need the city to get a religion that is like an underutilized religion so it can spread it. Building a temple is not going to do anything. Well, if we build Sankor, then this will be useful. But we don't know that we're going to get Sankor yet. Because like I want this city to be building like a Confucian missionary so I can spread it then. But like all it has is Judaism, which like we already have Judaism spread to all our cities, so that's not going to do anything. So I guess it does stay on. Actually, you know what we can do? We can do another catapult here for right now, because we're going to need to replenish catapults. Alright, there's the circumnavigation bonus. Oof, they got a crossbow in there. That's kind of annoying. But anyway. There we go. We're moving in. Let's put you here, because from here you can attack this city next turn if I need you to, which I probably will. All right, get out there and keep exploring. Now here's the part where we defog the whole map just to see if there's any islands out there. No clue if there are any or not. I guess we'll find out. You should be ready to whip that forge. Yep, probably missed that by a turn or two, but oh well. This is not a online game where I need to like check every city every turn just to be absolutely sure I'm not missing something. There's a decent chunk of the map we haven't explored yet. By the way, the globe view gets weird on a tilted axis map because it's not intended to, the world's not intended to rotate this way. So like there's still a decent chunk of land, but I wouldn't be surprised if these are the only two islands and that there's no other land out there. If there is, we certainly would want to settle it. Somehow these units still have not been attacked. All right, we'll turn on research next turn. Now, are there any whips anywhere that I need to grab? Cursor there. Okay, so we can actually whip something here. As I said, I'd like to spread one of these minority religions. Is Taoism the one that has the difficult to build cathedrals? I'm trying to remember. Hold on. There's one of these that has difficult to build cathedrals. I think it's Islam. Yeah, see, Islamic mosque double speed production with marble. Taoism. No, Taoism's double speed with copper. That's totally fine. Let's have you get a Taoist missionary next. Well, I do want to get some Taoist missionaries. So I can spread it to like box wine, and then box wine can produce Taoist missionaries. Similarly, Beach Episode can produce Confucian missionaries. I need like a city that's a missionary center for these minority religions. All right, Stone, how much longer are you going to be starving? Not too much longer. Okay, let's again see if they do anything with these units. It's mostly war elephants. It looks like they're just staying there. All right, so this means we can now build Christian Cathedral. Or we could, but oh, I can't because I'm building it elsewhere. That's right. So I need to get Christianity to more cities too. Anyway, you are just going to be burning through all of these right now. Let's start with the monasteries because they're worth more. Do the Taoist monastery. Actually, no, we'll do the Hindu. It doesn't matter, does it? We're just going to do all the monasteries. Oh, no, no, no. I was going to build the Wonder there. That's right. Okay, so you're going to do Sankor. And then I do want more missionaries, but let's get another knight out of there first. Okay, so you can now work that. Yep. Get the library. You were going to do Spiral Minaret because it's a little bit safer as a wonder, less likely to get taken. Let's turn on science. Push to education. Yeah, they still haven't moved out of here. They're just content to defend, apparently. I think what we have is more than sufficient to take this, I think. I hope. Especially once the catapults get some damage. Let's just save in case this goes horribly wrong. But I think what I have is strong enough to take this. The knights should get pretty good odds on everything here. All right, split the stack. Catapults, do your thing. Wait, we didn't win at 4% odds? No, we did not. That's not a surprise. So we got one hit on the mace, I think. One hit, yeah. And then we got some good collateral damage. Okay, did we get any hits on the crossbow? It looks like we did. We got 2 hits. The animation didn't reflect it, but that's because the animation for crossbows is a little bit weird. And look at all the damage we got on those war elephants. That's what we're really looking for. Actually get 21% odds. It's like non-trivial odds that this unit might survive. It did not, of course. It got 1 hit. I was hoping for 2 or 3 there. 1 hit's not too bad. Still, we got all the war elephants down to, 70 to 80% health. And the mace and the crossbow are pretty much out of the fights. Okay, so let's see who gets the best odds now. Probably the formation knight, yeah, 69. Elephants 39. Oh, this guy gets 90%, so we should probably do that. That clears a crossbow, so that's good. Wait, did we actually lose this? Okay. Well, that guy put up quite a fight. He got in 5 hits. 5 hits, jeez, okay. Alright, so that gets rid of that unit. So the pikes, unfortunately, yeah, hit the maces, which is not ideal. The war elephants hit the other war elephants. Okay. This is only 69%. Okay. Just trying to think through what the best way to do this is. How about the mace? The mace hits the elephant. Okay. The huachas are a little bit tricky. If it weren't for the huachas, what I could do is I could send in a pike against the mace and it would just die, but then it would be like pike against, I guess the catapults would still defend there. Anyway, it's probably just send in the knights, honestly, and hope for the best. Would really like this person to win. Okay, that's good. Oh, that was close. That was a nail biter there. Got down to 5 HP and then won the last 2 rounds. Okay, so we've cleared the top war elephant. We get like a 50-50 with these knights. We get 50-50 with these guys. Well, if it's a 50-50, we'd rather use it on the units that are not as valuable. Yeah, let's use the mace, which is probably the least valuable unit here. See if we can win a 50-50. Okay, we did not. Did get some hits in though, so that unit's basically redlined and out of the fight. Pike still hits the mace. It's the same 50-50, right? Actually, the elephants get better odds. Just need to win some of these 50-50s. Okay, so we won a 50-50, lost a 50-50. About what you'd expect. Literally like the exact same thing. Okay. Luck's still holding. Oh, and we still have this mace here too. I forgot we still have this unit. I think we want to... Do we want to take that? Well, if we can clear the huacha, then the pikes will start getting better odds. So it's probably better odds than any other unit gets right now, 64%. I'm aware he's crossing the river. It's the only way he can... I mean, he can't get in the fight without crossing the river, right? I mean, he can't get to this tile and attack. So that's just baked in at this point. Nothing we can do about that. Probably the best option I have. It's that or... But there's one other elephant there. Yeah, there's one other elephant. But this guy's never going to hit the elephant. Can also start throwing... So if I attack with the pike, it's just gonna die to the mace and then take the mace out of the fight. But then I'd just be hitting the huacha, so that's not gonna do anything. Better to use this unit, I think. Again, it sucks that they get the melee bonus. Okay. Luck's holding. We won 2 50-50s and we won a 64%. So Luck's holding here for the time being. Two maces, 3 elephants, 5 cabbages, 1 across a river. Alrighty. I think we have enough definitely to finish this. It's just what's the most efficient way to do this without losing too many units we care about. And so we still have that. I think it's send in the knights now. So the combat one is 67%. I think we got to take the 67 over the. Look at the difference, right? 67 versus 48. Kind of a big difference. God Chariot, can you do it again? Can the God Chariot win again? It's not great odds. No, not godly that time. No, not the God Chariot. Well, we were certainly due to lose one of those. On the plus side, though, now we don't have to worry about that unit anymore. That unit's basically donezo. Okay, so we've got a mace, 2 crippled elephants, and all right. So here's where the knights go in, and they should get very, very good odds. 87%. And then this should get even better odds. Wow, we almost lost that one too. Jeez. Glad I have a great general medic for healing after this. 99. Alright, and now it should be easy to win. There. Oh, well, we're going to have to sacrifice 1 unit to the Hwacha. The Chariot actually gets better unit odds than the Pikes, but I can't. So we'll just sacrifice this guy unless we can win at 25%, which seems unlikely. Alright, but we crippled that unit, which is what we needed. So now we get 96% odds, which we should win. This was actually a tougher fight than I thought. I would not have attempted this if I had known it was going to be this close. Like, I'm winning with almost my last attacker. Alright, we're back again. Infrastructure did not survive. Oh, the theater did not survive. We'll try to get the walls. Yeah, I would not have gone for this if I had known it was going to be that close. Alright, anyway. But we can put a pike in there. And we can move these knights in there. Hopefully they don't have a counterattack planned. I doubt it, because they were using that as their rally point. And then we'll move this in here. And we do have a full health pike that can... We do have a full health pike in here. And we have a knight that's at 8 HP. So we do have some units that can help. This unit can't attack the city, fortunately. But yeah, that was closer than I was hoping. Like we had just barely enough to take that city. Spud 2, the Spuddening. We'll keep it as Spud World for now. I would actually really like to get this tile roaded too, but I can't do that as long as there's an enemy unit there. So in the meantime, you can just build roads in the desert until we actually need you. Whew, okay. That was closer than I thought it was. As I said, I would not have attempted that attack if I'd known it was going to be that close. But it worked. But it does mean I definitely need to build some more. Wait, there's an island? Where? I didn't see. Did I miss? Oh, you're right. Right over here. Yeah. Okay. Over there. Okay, anyway, so knight here. Great Rack. We did build the barracks here, so, and you're done on your whip unhappiness? Yeah, or whip timer. Okay. We are actually going to need some more pikes again, because, wait, no, actually my pikes were the units that survived, didn't they? Pike 2, yeah, I actually have a couple pikes still alive, so. Why don't you actually get me a longbow? I could actually use one for over here. This one, I'm going to stick in Spud World. And another one could replace this in Desert Lullaby, and then this warrior could go over to Schwarzwald. So longbow seems fine there. Could just be a mountain, true. Anyway, definitely need another knight out of each episode. Again, love the mobility that knights give you. Push on up to the front. I like this no man's land. Just stole this barb galley dancing around. Okay, over here. Just checking to see if there's anything out there. Does not appear to be, but who knows? Yeah, you do not. You can come over here and improve this tile. I guess we could save it for a lumber mill, but I already decided to cottage that city. Okay, you. Why don't you road this tile? Get through that oasis. All right, so that attack worked. I mean, As long as there's not a big stack that's going to hit this city out of the fog, we need like one or two turns to reinforce. We did actually knock Wang Khan's power down to 318, so we definitely cost him more power than we lost. All right, let's try to get Vargas with Churchill now. And let's see what we can spot with Surya Varman. GMP, we're winning. I mean, we're kind of winning in everything, but he is reasonably close in food. Power, he's higher than us. Culture, obviously winning in culture. He still refuses to talk. Yeah, I know, right? I was looking too. Why is Churchill annoyed? Oh, these people all don't like me because I have my own religion. Well, they're just going to have to deal with that. All right. Okay, good. They didn't attack. That's very good news. That's what we were hoping for. Okay. Oh, that's right. You are the Hindu missionary city, so I need you to spread Hinduism to more cities. As long as you're not going to get attacked by something that's... Like, we don't really need the grocer here that badly. All right, I'm going to keep you... I need you to come down here and garrison this new city, Spud World, so we have a longbow. You guys get in there. You'll heal faster there. I'm going to promote you to City Raider, and I want you in the city to... Wait, actually you're totally safe on this tile, because this tile's not roaded, and they don't have any two-movers, so they cannot hit this tile. That's kind of funny. Alright, islands are us. What's out here? Oh. Oh, the disappointment. I'm gonna stay on the ocean tiles. Wait, he actually killed something. He must have killed some barb ship. That's disappointing. It was just a seamount. Oh, wow. We found the Korean Navy. We did. Wait, that's right. I get an extra movement point for circumnavigation. I already roaded this. Okay. And you can road this. Is this city off its whip cycle? No, it's still on its whip cycle. Okay. As I said, we've reached the stage where we've kind of put down most of the tile improvements already that we needed to already. Pillage the road southwest of Spud. I don't have the units available to do that this turn. Because like if a knight moves here and pillages, doesn't that use up its turn? I believe it uses up its whole turn to do that. Alright, so heal you. Thank goodness you won. If that unit had not won, we would not have taken the city. Attacking when we didn't have promotions. Attacking with no promotions is pretty rough. Okay. Defogging the ocean. Does not appear to be anything out here. Somehow these dudes are still hanging out behind enemy lines. All right, this city is still recovering from that, but can now whip off this, and we'll probably finish the barracks, and then it can go back to doing its infrastructure like a normal city. All right. Anyway, boy, we're pretty unhealthy, aren't we? Because we don't have any health resources. Need health resources pretty badly. Would really like to get access to that race style, just because it would be +2 health in every city. I mean, this is not a lot of health resources, not a lot of happy resources either, but we have so many temples that we're okay on happiness. When we get into that city, yep, knights are pretty good units, you may have heard. I can't road any of these tiles though, not safely anyway, and I don't have spare units to protect these workers. So you guys can just go down here and farm this, which is a low priority, but whatever. Better than doing nothing. Anyway, so we're just, our core cultural cities are just pushing towards their next wonders, doing their thing. Why does this not stay sorted? Yeah, they're all over 100 culture per turn, which is good for this stage of the game. And then they're really going to have to go to town on. We're almost done with most of the wonders that we want to build. Like the only other big ones is Taj for the Golden Age, which we'd like to use to get into free speech, ideally, and Statue of Liberty, which is going to take forever. And I might not even build in the cultural cities just because it will take such a long time. But like that's kind of it. After that, there's not really wonders that we need. I mean, sure, far enough down the road, you can get to like electricity for Broadway and radio for Eiffel Tower is really nice, but like that's a long way down the tree. So we're pretty good. Does the medic chariot have morale? No, it does not. It needs 3 more XP to get there because I put that on a unit that didn't have any XP originally. That unit is still just standing there. All right, yeah, we actually need more catapults because we did lose all of our catapults when that happened. So we actually will need some more replacement ones. All right, Schwarzfeld, you can go back to doing more infrastructure stuff. Don't worry, we're going to get you. You're going to be unhappy when this unit moves out, aren't you? Yeah. Don't worry, we're going to get you some more units. That's only a 1-pop whip for the longbow? Okay. I might just let you finish that. Try to save the 2-pop whip for something better. You actually have pretty good production, City. You actually have like 10 production per turn. I think I missed the timing to 2-pop whip it. Oh, wow. So you're still healing. Okay, you're going to pop in here. And now we have like a real defender for this city. A lot of these units are going to be healed back up to full. Yeah, it's nice, nice having promotions. Nice healing this quickly, too. Get the army back on its feet almost immediately. And then, do we take Pyongyang away to punish him once again for attacking us? I feel like he needs to be punished again. Just because he's been such a pain in the butt. Or we could alternately just, like, what is the price for peace? He'd be willing to give me a fair bit. How many cities does he have? 2, 4, 6. He has 8 cities. Well, we've got the peace treaty as a potential. Let's heal this stack and get another couple catapults, and then we'll see if we can take the city. Because if we can get this tile roaded, we can move 1, 2, 3, and be right next to this city, like immediately. It's not on a hill. It doesn't have much in the way of defensive bonuses. It's not very well defended at all. I mean, if we had enough knights, we could even just bop over there without warning. As I said, I feel like we need to punish him. Every time he declares war, we punish him by taking a city. I'm also really waiting for this city to pop its borders because I think we have a decent chance to flip this city, Wonsan. I think we have non-trivial odds to do that. So, like, we control this tile. How much culture does he have on this tile? He has 4854. We have 4174 on this tile. So we should get control of this tile pretty soon. And then we'll flip this tile too. So out of these locations, I think I'd rather have this because it gets me closer to getting the rice tile. I think he also has another city over here in the fog. Well, we'll get his world map whenever we sign peace, so I don't need that much incentive to go scout out his territory. With Spud and Pyongyang, who would stand a decent against Soul's Culture, maybe. The thing is, though, Paradise only reaches, let's see, 20, 40, 60, 80. So, oops, I misclicked. I think I hit Auto Explore on one of these units. I hit P. Where's the unit I just did that to? Here. So I put it on Sea Patrol, apparently, which is a thing, I guess. I was trying to ping the map. Sea Patrol. Oh, we got a knight out of here too. Excellent. It's always like a pleasure when like a knight pops up unexpectedly out of one of these cities. Okay, yeah, we want to get this tile roaded. So I might, as soon as these units are healed, I'm probably going to take the knights at least and like one pike and go clear that tile. This mace can stand in the forest till it rots to death. I don't, I don't care about that unit. But you, I do need 2 workers to come over here to work to road this tile. So why don't you come over here, and then you'll be in position to come join. And then I need another worker. Always need the combat workers.
Wat heeft u nodig?
There's another worker over here I can grab. You can come join. Anyway. Is Pyongyang's fish not netted? Good question. No, it's not yet. I guess it's a recent city that they picked up. Yeah, I guess they got that relatively recently. So we're doing a good job of defogging the east pole. Oh, here's another knight too. Oh, that's the one we just finished this turn. Okay. Yeah, well, with these additional knights, like, we should have enough force to bully our way into that location. Again, this tile's totally safe. Got our first replacement catapult. Still safe over here, but the walls are closing in. We need to get to astronomy. All right, so no one has education yet. Yeah, no one has education yet. I don't think we want to screw around. I think we want to get to liberalism quickly, because I do want to grab astronomy. I think that'll be really useful for overseas trade. Not that these AIs like me that much. Annoyed, cautious, cautious. Hopefully they'll still be willing to trade resources. Because I really, even if I have to pay some gold for it, it would be very nice to get some additional health. Okay, what's Paradise's whip timer? It's getting close on the whip timer, so we probably want to whip. Oh, we're actually out of cultural buildings for this. We need to get some more religions in here. East Korea and Paradise are too low on religions. Let's get them, let's get this Hindu missionary down here so that this city can build its Hindu stuff. Well, this is still a relatively new city. This hasn't been here that long, but yeah, you would think that they would get this improved sooner. Anyway, the point I was trying to make when I was pinging earlier is Paradise. So Paradise is going to hit 5,000 culture, and then that's where it's going to be stuck until it goes legendary. So that's 80% borders. So again, here's 20, 40, 60, 80. So at 80%, its culture reaches this tile and these 3 tiles here, but like it's not going to reach any of these tiles out here. Meanwhile, Goldfish is 500. So that's 60% borders, right? So here's 20, 40, 60. So it stretches out to these 3 tiles here. And then it'll stretch out to, wait a minute, here's 20, 40, 60. So it'll stretch out to here. But like but culture's very weak on the diagonal, so it's not stretching out to here. So yeah, if we took Pyongyang, maybe. But this is 20, 40, 60. Oh, it is 4th ring for Seoul, though. It is 4th ring for Seoul, so we actually do have a chance to get this. They only have 3,500 culture on there. That's not that many, honestly. So we might be able to get that. Of course, there's always the option to just walk over here and raise Seoul, but you know, we're trying to play nice with this guy. We're just trying to educate him, teach him a lesson, not just burn everything to the ground. And I think Wonsun we might be able to flip someday. So, all right.
There is no wealth like knowledge, no poverty.
We're just going to go straight to liberalism and grab astronomy with it. All right, Beach Episode's done this. Let's get a Confucian missionary for Paradise, so I can build the Confucian temples and whatnot there. Okay, you over here at Stone. Oh, we're also going to need to build the universities because I do want Oxford in the capital, so I'm going to have to do that too. And of course, I need 6 of them, or maybe I only need 4 because it's a small map. Wait, it'll just say here. I need 5 because it's a small map. We also have the Forbidden Palace. That's a little bit more culture too, but it's a lowish priority. And then I guess there's Globe Theater too. I probably should have tried to set up a Globe Theater whipping city, but it's just, there's been a lot going on in this game. Anyway, I don't think I need any, well, let's do the barracks. Do the same thing as before. Let's get the barracks so that if we need more military out of here, they'll come out with a promotion. Really does make a big difference. Having even just combat 1 over nothing is a big, big improvement. All right, I'll turn this off for right now. We are break even right around 50% at the moment, so we're pretty healthy there. Have not really found a whole lot out here in the water. And for a knight, you might as well just take combat 1 immediately. There's not really any real benefit from holding off on taking the promotion. Okay, so this knight dude's now healed up. Again, I want to take a pike. 1, 2, 3. This worker. And then a couple knights. That dude's not quite healed yet. I don't think this city's going to get attacked. You're still healing. Still don't want to keep a pike. Let's take one war elephant. It's like a nicely mixed stack with a couple different things. This dude can come here too, just so we have a mace. I realize he's city raider, so it's like whatever, but still. Okay. All right, and then let's get these catapults over here, and then yeah, we'll take 2 turns to road this, and then we should be able to move out and hit this city afterwards. Especially with these knight reinforcements coming in. I don't know if these catapults are going to get there in time, honestly, but we'll see. It does feel like I spend a lot of time with these caravels just defogging pointless ocean tiles, right? But, oh well. Just want to make sure that there's not anything out there that we could potentially make use of. You never know. All right, you guys. Come over here and farm this. As I said, we pretty much got the whole East Pole farmed. Horse Schwarzwald. It's got 2 unhappy faces because we can't get a unit in here. Anyway, we're gonna get the longbow here, and then that can just walk up. Yeah, I'm trying to set up a more efficient 2-pop whip here, but haven't been able to. I still have that to chop. You can road this. Oh, how is this on? This knight should probably be ready for, yeah, I was gonna say this knight should be ready for a whip. And then this city can go back to infrastructure after that. That's fine. That city's between whip cycles at the moment. You are the other worker I need to come help out. You come over here where you're safe. Spud World's going to come out of resistance next turn. All right. And we should now have bar graphs for Churchill. Nope, we actually don't. He's running he might be running the slider with us. Well, and we actually lost them with Sitting Bull. AI loves to invest in all the... Is it worth passing a few dozen gold for that fair and forthright trade bonus? I don't know quite how to do that. Is it just giving them gold? I'm not sure what you do to get that. I believe it's from trading with... I thought it was from trading with them, and there's nothing I can trade them. Like, look, what can I trade with Churchill? Nothing. I don't know what to send him for that. I would like to improve relations with these guys. I'm just not sure what they would take to improve relations right now. Oh, hello. That could be trouble if there's a stack down there. Anyway. These universities are going to hurt. Because they're very expensive, but we are going to need them. And they're good buildings regardless. Okay, you probably can get a courthouse. Okay, looks like he's building a replacement stack down here, so we're going to have to move before this comes and attacks us. But there's still almost nothing in that city, so anyway, let's road this. I guess we don't technically need another worker there. This guy's not going to be much use on defense. Let's definitely leave a pike in this city. Pike, longbow, elephant will leave. And these knights can stay here for right now, because next turn they can just move forward. And then next turn we'll go in. Or move next to the city. Can't actually attack next turn, but... And we should easily be able to take a city. I mean, we'll just throw the catapult at that longbow, and then the rest of the stack is like irrelevant. All right, we want to get to Paradise, because we want Paradise to be able to build stuff for another religion. Spud World, we do want to get the, oh, actually, the unhappiness reset. I thought that the whip unhappiness went away, or stuck around, but it did not. So we'll do the theater first. Get that back in the city. And hopefully Spud World will not be captured again. All right. You know what? You can stand here for one turn, because you're heading in that direction anyway. We might as well take advantage of you being in the city for right now. And hey, we'll whip the courthouse anyway. Why not? Work that tile over that tile. Okay, cool. That's Sydney. Yep, that's the Sydney Smiley. Our dog. He sometimes makes an appearance on stream too. We should be able to get close to finishing this. No, we need 2 turns of 100% research to finish this. Okay, so the poisoning of the water has almost run out here at Stoned. Almost run out. And we're actually going to have a good number of knights that can hit this city next turn, so that's good. All right, boop. All right, well, we got all that explored. There was nothing there. Not a whole lot. Not a whole lot to see, so I guess we'll continue seeing if we can find anything out here. I will say I was hoping for a bit more. Just so far, it's apparently just one other continent with the other AIs on it, and literally nothing else. I was hoping there might be like some little island we could go settle, but no, not so far. So he would sign peace, but as I said, every time he declares war, we will take a city from him. We'll see how long we can keep doing that. And I'm still hoping we can maybe flip this city before the game is over. So which city is going to hit 5,000 culture first? East Korea is 3 turns away. Paradise is, oh, it's going to be Paradise first. 177 culture, geez. All right, we actually do already have, we've actually run out of our whip cycle again, so I'm pretty content with just whipping this. And then hopefully we can overflow. We can overflow into either, I'm trying to remember if there's a penalty for whipping the cathedrals, if they're treated like wonders. I don't think there is, though. I'm honestly not sure. Well, anyway. Yeah, I don't think so. I don't think that there's a penalty for that. I mean, we'll just grow right back and just regrow onto these tiles. We can do the university if it's there. If not, we'll do the Hindu stuff. Yeah, I'm hoping that maybe there's something over here. So far, we sure didn't find anything at the East Pole, but maybe the West Pole will have something. Again, tilted axis map that does some weird stuff. So Paradise is going to be the first one to hit 5,000 culture, which is kind of interesting, but we have babied that one pretty hard. Then we're going to get either a scientist or an engineer next. Scientist would be good. Scientist will probably hold for a golden age, because we've already done the 1-person golden age. We'll need the 2-person golden age. If it's an engineer, though, we'll probably rush Versailles. Philosophy was stolen. Oh, Wang Khan stole philosophy. Okay. So I'll put this here for now. Catapult in Desert Lullaby. This city's going to need to train Islamic missionaries, so I'm going to do the monastery right now. And I think I'm actually okay with this city just staying here and not whipping, because it has pretty good production. Okay, Confucian missionary. Let's have you do the university, and then you'll probably go back to missionaries after that. You're going to need a market for happiness purposes, so we'll put you on that. Oh, we got another great engineer. Geez, okay. Wow, my dice rolls in this game are pretty crazy. Okay. So, where do we put Versailles? Which city do we put it in, is the question. Paradise is currently leading in culture at the moment. Maybe we put it, actually I think we just put it in Cradle. Let's just put it in this city right here. Because we are a little low on actual wonders. Oh wait, can I not build it in the... I can't build it in here because it's the capital, duh. I can't build it in there. So it has to go in one of the other cities. Do we continue putting them in Paradise? I think Paradise has been babied enough that it's actually doing pretty well on culture now. So does it then go in East Korea instead? East Korea, maybe it goes in East Korea? I don't know. We definitely need to let Sankor finish though, because I don't want to run the risk of someone else finishing this wonder. Also, actually it's probably better just to work this priest specialist than it is to work this tile, because look at all the extra stuff I get for it. That's probably is better. Like, I'm trying to not to get thrown off here because this city has plus 100%. See, it has plus 100%. So what's the base here? So it's half of this. So its base culture is 118. Yeah, 118. And the base culture for East Korea is less than that. So it should go in East Korea. So we'll put Versailles in East Korea. Just move it over here for right now. But I'm going to let Senkor finish first. It's not like the benefit from Versailles is going to do that much. Yeah, Paradise has gotten to the point now that it's probably just needs commerce multipliers, honestly, more so than anything else. Like later on in the game, we can always, grab more artist specialists because each one is +6. I mean, we already have 2 cathedrals. We're guaranteed to be able to get up to 6 of them. So that's plus 300%, and then free speech is another plus 100%, so that's 400%. And then we can get Eiffel Tower, and that's like another 100%. So, if we get the base culture up to, might be better to run priest instead of engineer. Maybe it's just I mean, so the yield is slightly better. It's plus 1 gold. Other than that, they're the same. But I would vastly prefer to have engineer great people as opposed to priest great people. So that's why I'm fine with the engineers. If I can only run one, I'm going to run an engineer. But the big thing that Anchor Watt does is it means after the engineer slot's used, I can now get more good specialist from the priest. But you're right, the yield is better for the priest specialist. I just vastly prefer great engineers over great prophets. Anyway, so yeah, this city's base culture is going to be, if we can get it up to like 150 and then multiply that by like 6, that's 900 culture per turn. So coming along. I think we'll be able to win a cultural victory around turn 300-ish. That's kind of what I'm shooting for, somewhere around there. But we'll see how fast we're able to get through there. Oh, I also think I'm not going to use corporations. I just think I would prefer not to, because it like kind of goes against the goal of this game, which has been not to rely on like the slider and stuff like that. So probably we'll just not use them, but we'll see. I had that question. I honestly hadn't even thought about it before the game started, but now that I have had a chance to think about it. Anyway, we were able to get Hinduism into Paradise. That's pretty big. Just because I feel like it would kind of, I mean, so there is like a practical reason, which is, would we even get that much from corporations? We have very few in the way of resources, so that's like number one. But the bigger thing is, I feel like it's more true to the variant is to not rely on like free corporate culture. It's more to rely on like the stuff that we actually are getting from the map, if that makes sense. Anyway, so let's do the monastery temple combo because they're very cheap and they give us more culture, and then we can go for the university after that. Okay, so Confucianism, I want to get that in East Korea so we can build more of these. Hopefully we'll get the dice roll. And why don't you just chill here for 1 turn until this longbow can get in the city? It's like 1 turn behind. All right, anyway, so we're going to build the road. There we go. And now everything that's, I guess this other worker didn't have anything to do. So all these units are going to hop over here. And these knights are going to join the attack too. All of them. Woo. Now that does leave that worker somewhat undefended, but and move the other worker in there too. But once again, if they want to attack and grab that, they're welcome to. I'm pretty sure that we can take that. Oh, and we'll move the Great General Chariot in there too. Who knows? We might need it to take out a last defender or something. Here comes our catapults arriving too late, but when there's another war, which there almost certainly will be, we're going to need siege units again, so. Catapults will get use eventually. Apparently we have enough great person points that, or espionage points that now we can see Wang Khan's research. The reason why that is because he just spent a bunch of espionage points to steal philosophy, so now our ratio with him is higher, and so now we can see his espionage stuff. All right, we still can't see Churchill's demos. He must be really pushing the slider or something. Still can't even see his demos. Anyway, someday these units will be rescued, I promise. Someday. All right, anyway, Spud World, let's get that theater out. We want to be running the theater, the artist specialist, and get that culture up. Like you generally do want to control your own first string tiles. It's kind of bad if you can't control your own first string, because it's very hard to defend cities when they can get hit out of the fog, which is what happened there. Like if we controlled, you know, these 4 tiles in the first string, we would not have lost that city. Okay, so yeah, he's building up his stack down here. He's clearly going to go after Stoned, but this war will be over before he can launch his next attack. All right, Stoned. Yeah, and just get the universities out, because they're good, just good buildings overall, even if they're very expensive. Okay, so now we've got the artist specialist. That's good. +5 food per turn. We can grow onto this tile here. What's up next? I guess we could put the walls in. I think we'll just get the library for more culture. Why not? We'll get up to 14 culture per turn. We'll be in free speech relatively soon, too. Oh, you know what? Actually, you know how I said I was going to rush Versailles? I actually changed my mind. I'm going to say this. I'm going to rush Taj Mahal with it, because Taj will take forever to build. I want to trigger the Golden Age so I can get into free speech faster. I want to get into this ASAP. So forget about rushing Versailles. I mean, it's nice, but it's like whatever. I want to get into free speech sooner, because I don't want to take an anarchy turn, and this will let me get there faster. So that's what we'll do. So this great engineer is actually really nicely timed in that regard. We're going to liberalism. We're going to grab astronomy with it. Nationalism's next tech up, and we'll be able to just brush Taj, and we'll lock it down. We don't have Mausoleum, which is a bit of a shame, but we should be good to go there. And yeah, no one can research liberalism yet, right? Yeah, no one can research it, so that's safe. No one has nationalism yet, do they? Does anyone have nationalism? Does he have it? He can research divine right. No, we would be able to see it because we don't have the tech yet. So no one has it. So Taj should be pretty safe for the moment. Anyway, like Versailles is nice, but it really does nothing for us. It's just 10 culture, so that's like whatever. Nice to have, but not crucial. All right, so now this can finally go in here. At least for now, let's rotate out. As I said, let's move this warrior, trade this warrior back in exchange for that. And yeah, we got an attack to do, so let's do it. By the way, this worker was once again not attacked, so goody. Oh, I thought I had a catapult with this stack. Whoops. I think I was supposed to move this catapult up, and I forgot to do so. Oh, well. That just means we're going to have to suicide someone into this longbow. All right, well, City Raider Mace, this is your time to shine, buddy. 5% odds. We have 2 City Raider Maces. Okay, well, it's that or just toss in a knight. Unpromoted knight, have fun there, buddy. Hey, we got a couple hits. Hey, that's a great result. 1.2 HP. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 hits. So the knight died, but we basically killed this unit. All right. Now Now do we use the City Raider Maces? Still not great odds, but I don't think we're going to get much better with the Knights. Yeah. And the Knights are just more useful units, honestly. The City Raider Maces can do literally exactly one thing, attack a city, and they're pretty useless otherwise. So we'll get the value from them here. Yeah, and then this guy should get great odds because it's up against a sword. So if we lose one knight and one mace to take a city, that's a pretty good trade. Yeah, now it's just who do we want to get the XP on? So let's see, can we get... Only get 1 XP. Excuse me, we're only going to get 1 XP for that. This we can get this second promotion on this dude from attacking, so we'll take that. And then we might as well get a point of XP on our Great General Medic, right? Get it closer to morale. Alright. So we'll take this one. Chose unwiser. Chose unwiser. No infrastructure survives. That's a bit disappointing, but we will take that off your hands. And now, what is the price for peace? Yeah. I don't suppose we can get him to convert to our religion. I don't think any of his cities... We could probably ask him to convert to Judaism, but none of his cities have Judaism. If they did, we could force him into our religion, but can't force them into a religion that they don't have. Would he accept a city? I doubt it, but we can ask. Let's just see what if he would give us his cheapest city. No, I didn't think so. AI is very stingy about giving AI is very stingy about giving up cities in this game, as it should be. We can force him to adopt slavery too. He is not spiritual, so this will force him into anarchy for a turn, so we'll do that. Just to put him in anarchy for a turn. Have fun with that, buddy. And he'll just convert back because his favorite civic is caste system. So he's just going to convert back to caste system again. We're just kind of screwing with him right now. Anyway, so we got another new city, and we need a fishing boat now, or a work boat for that. So we'll put that in the queue for whenever this pops its borders. And hey, look, the rice tile is now closer to our borders. We're going to have to probably farm both of these. Well, no, actually, we won't have to farm them. We have a fish tile. That's plenty of food. But we do actually now have some tiles to improve over here. So we'll get these workers to work on that. Still waiting for still waiting for rescue over there. All right, now we're finally out of this stupid war that we didn't want. Lost the city, but lost Spud World, got it back again. Hey, East Korea succeeded on its dice roll. Nice. The other thing that's going to help us, so like these cities over here, like Chose Unwisely, Spud World. Remember, we're going to be in free speech very soon, and so like if we get the library, then this city goes to what, 14 culture per turn. Well, that goes up to 28 per turn really fast because it's going to get doubled. So we'll hit the 500 culture mark very, very quickly. All right, so it looks like we've explored the entirety of this side of the map, so why don't you start skedaddling over to the other side of the map? I mean, I guess you might as well move through my territory, because I do save a gold coin for that. Oh, we even got a great general. Well, you know what we can do? We can use them as a super specialist for some extra culture. Why not? The other thing they can do is build the military academy. What is that? What is the military case? That's worth 3 culture per turn, but we get 2 culture per turn just from merging in as a super specialist. And I think I'd like to put it in Cradle because I think this is the city that needs the most help right now. Yeah, it's a little bit low on culture, so we'll just merge you in as a super specialist. I'm probably not going to train any units out of here, but I don't care about that. This is a culture game. We'll just take it for the 3 beakers and the 2 culture per turn. Anyway, yeah. 4 more wars and we can go home. All right, anyway, let's get you up over here with these guys. So we will need like an actual defender here. I'll get a longbow. Probably at a desert lullaby or something. We're gonna need like an actual defender for the city. We're gonna want I'm kind of defending it in a very awkward position here Because, like, look, I have, like, this huge semicircle. We also would like to road up the border while we're at peace. So let's start doing that. And I might just chop some of these tiles, too. Because, like, I don't want defensive cover for enemy units entering my territory. Hopefully we'll be able to flip this tile relatively quickly. Korea shouldn't be putting any... Hold on. I don't think Korea is putting any more culture on this tile, so we should be able to flip it pretty fast. If we get to 500 culture, then it would be... I think we'd be getting 60 plus whatever the culture is, so we could be getting like 75 culture points per turn on this tile, roughly. I mean, that would add up pretty fast in order to flip that. Back here will be harder, but, you know, we'll see. At least Sold is not putting culture on this tile anymore. Yeah, he actually doesn't have that much culture on this tile, and it is second ring for Spud World, so like we said, if Spud World gets to 500 culture, we should flip this pretty quickly. Chose unwisely, let's see, 20. This is third ring for Chose unwisely, so yeah, we should be able to get this eventually. Is he going to declare war in exactly 10 turns? I mean, we'll see. Hopefully not, but we'll see. He's been pretty regular about coming after us. Anyway, I do need more workers up here. I have one on this tile. Why don't you... Well, you should road that while we're here. So I think I'll put the one movers in Chose unwisely itself. And then my mounted units, I'll put like one knight in there just against someone flying in here. Wankan doesn't have too much culture on this. This is also a crucial tile to flip. He has 2,100 culture points because if we control this, he can't hit the city out of the fog. But most of the rest of these knights, we probably want to put them in Spud World because in Spud World they can move quickly to wherever the front's threatened, while also defending Spud World in the process. All right, 3 catapults. We could probably use a couple more, but that'll do for now. And of course, our great general medic we want to keep with the mounted units. Okay. How many cities does he actually have left, just out of curiosity? 2, 4, 6, 7. I feel like he's been around like 6 or 7 cities the whole game because as he's added more, we've taken some of the cities from him. Oh, and he doesn't have a city over here. Huh. I thought he had one on the northern coast, but he doesn't. Anyway. So we're getting close to some more... Oh, we got our water supply poisoned again.
That would give up a little liberty to gain a little security would deserve neither.
Another water supply poisoning. I swear the AI is so annoying with that. All right. Or no, it was a farm was taken out, not a... They took out a farm on a corn tile. Okay, well, good news is we have workers in the area that can fix that. So we discovered liberalism, and astronomy is definitely the tech we want to take here. The Great Merchant is still there at economics too, so we can get that soon, but I want to grab nationalism first so I can rush Taj. Astronomy is more expensive than it looks like because not only is it a high beaker count at 2,800, there are no prerequisite arrows pointing to it. So it's basically like 20% more expensive than it looks like. Anyway, we're going to grab nationalism. Finish the library here. We also have the observatories too, but I think we want the courthouse first because that's cheaper. And we should be ready to whip that soon. All right, so we obsolete monuments, but as I said, I did not have any of those wonders. All right, you guys come back here and reconnect this farm. Fortunately, I do have workers in the area. You might as well finish the road because you're already there. You can cancel that for the time being and help finish this. We'll have it reconnected next turn. All right, nationalism. Looks like we need about 500-ish gold, maybe a little bit more to finish that. How much food does this city have? Probably enough that we want to mine this, I think. Probably. Wankan had a city on the north coast. It was called Pyongyang. Oh, we have our unique building. Oh, yeah, that's right. We should build a galleon, or we're the Dutch. We have a unique unit. We should build a unit to go rescue these. It's the principle of the thing more than anything. Just want to go save these dudes. Yeah, each episode can probably build it once it. I don't want to whip this city. The city's too good. But yeah, we can go rescue these guys. Yeah, we can use it to protect our fishing boats. It's true. All right, back here. All right, finish the road. In theory, I should keep the Great General Medic here to heal these guys, but they'll be healed by the time that the next war breaks out anyway, so I'm not worried about that. Okay, this city, yeah, this city pretty much we just needed to grow. We need to grow and fill up its granary box and then grow onto this tile. It doesn't really have other good tiles to work beyond that, but maybe in time it'll get some. All right, so we got another Hindu missionary. So let's try to get it in East Korea. We've got the workboat coming for that city. All right, yeah, Spud World will hold our knights. This has been a pretty disappointing exploration of the ocean. We have found literally nothing other than the other continent. All right, now that we have astronomy, can we trade for anything? Oh, he doesn't like us enough. We're his worst enemy. Oh, that's sad. At least on the plus side, now we can check if anyone's plotting war. All right, oh, here we go. Here we go. We can trade with this guy, though. Oh, he's actually plotting to declare war on somebody. Interesting. Well, let's see if we can get on his good side. All right. We definitely want this rice, at least until we can control it. We kind of want everything. I mean, I'm fine with this. 18 gold per turn is like irrelevant for us. Great. Oh, he likes the civics we're running. Okay, great. Cowl. Sure. Have fun with that, buddy. Who does Surrey of Armand dislike? I can't believe that he's plotting war with us. Surrey. Well, I guess it's either he's friendly with Churchill, he's pleased with Sitting Bull. I mean, I guess he could be plotting war on us. If he is, he's not going to be able to reach us. Well, I guess we'll find out. He can plot war at pleased. Wait, Sitting Bull got Sankor? Did that just pop up? Oh, wow. Man, I cannot land these wonders, can I? Oh, I was 2 turns away. I could have whipped it. It was in range to get... Oh, my goodness. Look how close we were. Oh. Yeah, I was pushing this wonder because I knew that this one... I was building it in East Korea because I knew this wonder was more under threat. That's disappointing. I should have whipped that one to completion. I did not realize... So, Sitting Bull... He doesn't even have theology, and he has... Yeah, I mean, a couple of the AIs had that. No one has divine right, so we should be pretty safe. Yeah, no one has divine right, so we should be pretty safe on Spiral Minaret. But man, that sucks. I'm not gonna go back and reload and whip it because that would be cheating. But that's really disappointing. We're literally, 2 turns away. We could probably finish it this turn if we needed to, because like I could pull, I could do this. So yeah, we're literally lost it by 1 turn. I did not see that in the event log. That's disappointing. Well, sometimes it do be like that. Sad. Oh well. We will just have to build other stuff then. It's not like we lack in wonders here, and we are going to put Taj Mahal in this city too. So on to let's get these Confucian buildings done then. At least we'll get some fail gold. So we might as well turn on research now, right? Because we're going to get fail gold next turn. And quite a bit of it too. Okay. Yep. There's 2 workers already on the road fixing the farm, fixing that farm. So that's just disappointing, though. Anyway, so this city's ready to whip its grocer, so we'll do that. I'm just trying to check to see if there's any other cities that need, or like their whip timers run out and they're ready to do something. This city here, Great Rack. Well, finish the grocer. I think we'll just do the university here next. Trying to get these universities done, so then maybe I can look to start Oxford in the capital afterwards, once it's done Spiral Minaret. But I do need 5 of them. So, yeah, it'll be a little bit tricky. Actually, a lot of these cities are finishing infrastructure in between turns. This city can whip the university, it just needs to get large enough. Doesn't quite have the population for it. All right, that's sad, but it is what it is. All right, Hindu monastery done. We have no temples for the Hindu Mandir. So we're gonna have to get some of those. Actually, you can probably do the university. As I said, I need them for Oxford. Let's have you start this, and then we'll probably whip it in a few turns. All right, so this is our city to spread Islam. It's also probably our best military city right now. Still have Forbidden Palace for a little bit of extra culture. Could always do Heroic Epic here too, but again, I'm trying to save this. Even though it's inefficient from like an actual build unit standpoint, I'm still trying to save this so I can build more of these. Do we want Oxford here? No, I think we want you to actually spread Islam for right now. I think that's a higher priority. This is not an amazing commerce city. Like, it's decent, but not amazing. So the university is not quite as high of a priority here. Okay. You kind of have all the basic infrastructure you need. Why don't you do a Hindu temple, because it'll get us another temple towards future monasteries. And then you can do the university, because you're just a fishing village. You don't have anything better to do. And you can also do the university. Wang can mass all he wants. It's not, I mean, this is no more than what we already had. So that's almost certainly the economics great merchant getting taken. Let's see. Yep. So note that it no longer says first to discover receives a great merchant. So Churchill took that. AI, putting up a bit of a fight in this game. They're taking some of the prizes on the tech tree, not just rolling over and letting me grab everything. Taking wonders. I mean, it is Emperor difficulty. I know I have kind of treated this game like it's whatever, but it is Emperor difficulty, so it's not like a joke or anything. Always seems weird when the workboats move 3 tiles because you have circumnavigation. Again, if Wangkun wants to move down there, he's going to get stoned by stoned. Anyway, since East Korea has now hit 5,000 culture, now East Korea 20, 40, 60, 80. Yeah, East Korea is now putting culture on this tile as well. So he's going to lose control of this tile, and that means it's going to be very difficult for him to attack down here because he has to walk through like 3 tiles worth of culture. It's actually much easier for him to attack up here because I don't control the first string tiles. So it makes more sense for me to mass my defenders up here because if he moves down here, I have plenty of time to send reinforcements in that direction. Just a little like logistics, tacticals, thinking. All right. Anything out here in the sea? We've spent quite a bit of time defogging the ocean without finding anything. And I think that that's like the last tile that I have the entire Easter Pole explored at this point. So why don't you just come back here and we'll keep you around in case I have to defend fishing nets or something. All right, so we were able to get this reconnected. You stay here for the time being. All right, we've actually had good luck on these missionary dice rolls though. That's pretty good. Now I can go back to roading and chopping the border because I do want to clear out these forests. I don't like having defensive terrain right along the border. I'd much rather have that chopped so I can hit enemy units that might be moving through there. Alrighty. So this city I was preparing to whip the university, but it's not quite there yet. Almost. I think this city was close to a courthouse whip. Alright, next turn we'll get that. And Great Rack, this is the other one. So next turn we got some whipping to do. Yeah, disappointed we missed some of these wonders, but you're not going to get them all on Emperor difficulty. I'm actually impressed at how many we have gotten in this game. So we'll get nationalism next turn. He didn't build Taj, did he? He doesn't have the tech, right? Okay, oh, thank goodness. I was worried for a second that was him building Taj. So this is a really good question. Yeah, I think we had that come up in the chat before. So basically, the pre-specialist is slightly better. It's +1 gold, but I would much rather have engineers be born as opposed to prophets. So that's the logic there. Just I'd rather like the +1 gold per turn is pretty small. It's not a significant difference. It's that the value of a great engineer is vastly higher than a great prophet. So I'd rather, I'd rather be getting like 1/3 odds for each great person to be an engineer as opposed to a whole bunch of prophets that are basically useless. Still, it's a really good question, so it's not a bad one to ask. But that's the rationale. All right, so this forest I want to keep because this forest can become a lumber mill, and I think I'm also working that tile. East Korea should be growing right now. Let's actually work this tile just so it'll grow a little bit faster. I am concerned that, actually we can do this and grow even faster. Now I have all the happiness I need. I'm a little concerned that so much of my health is tied into foreign trade routes, um, which is a somewhat dangerous position to be in because your cities will starve if you don't, if you ever have that trade connection cut off. So we only have one shrine for Judaism, and I don't think it's worthwhile at this point to build the shrine for anything else. Any other profits I get will be saved for Golden Ages. It's just not really worthwhile at this point to put another one down. All right, we'll go ahead and cottage this. We do want to chop this as well. Actually, you know what? I think I want the theater before the granary here because I want to get the free artist specialist. Why don't you go there for the chop? Like the granary we do want, but not as high of a priority. I mostly just want the borders to pop there ASAP. Okay. Now we had some whips to do here. This whip here for the courthouse. We're still just slightly, oh, we just chopped into that, so that'll be whippable next turn. And here, Great Rack, 4 pop. Universities are always painful to whip on. Very painful, but we will, of course, regrow one of those pop points next turn. And yeah, we've kind of improved all the tiles in this area. Like this tile, no city can work. I'll just toss a road down. Yeah, the ocean's been pretty disappointing. Still, we're going to get nationalism. Actually, we can save a little. Actually, we can save a lot of beakers here. We almost get it at 0%. And I'm curious how many, have I built any universities yet? I'm just curious. I have none done so far. So how do we get to 5? So Cradle has to build 1 or else it can't build Oxford. So that's 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then we just need one more. Probably Willemstad gets us the 5th one. I mean, we're probably going to build these just about everywhere, but I want to have them done in time so I can go Spiral Minaret into University, into Oxford. And, I mean, being in a Golden Age will help with that, too.
A man does not have himself.
Oh, hey, look, there's an English Caravel.
Or for a petty distinction. You must speak to the soul.
All right, so that was our previous tech goal that we were pushing for. So I would have gone for economics next, but the free great person's already gone, so that's not a big deal. We don't want to go scientific method anytime soon. We don't want to obsolete the monastery or the great library. Going to have to do it eventually, but I'm going to put it off for quite some time. Like, look at all this. We have the Parthenon, we have the great library, we have 1 billion monasteries. There's very little incentive to head down this road until we're ready to make the push to radio, and that's a ways off. So what else do we want? Well, Constitution, we already have representation. Democracy is a big deal because we would really like to get the +1 specialists in all cities on this continent. So that's a strong incentive. Biology for more food is, I mean, again, we have to go through scientific method for that. So I don't think we're going to go through there in the immediate future. Down here is military stuff. So this is low priority. So that kind of limits us to the stuff on the top of the tree. I think printing press makes sense as the next tech. Probably printing press, replaceable parts are the next 2. And then we probably make the run to democracy so we can try to get Statue of Liberty. Being able to run double artist specialists in every city, in all the cities we care about for culture is very nice. That's 12 culture per turn right there. So Biology is certainly an important tech, but it's not as high a priority as you would think because I'm not running like mass artist specialists in this game. Not at the moment, anyway. Steam engine is nice, and yeah, and steam power is a pretty nice priority too. We should also prioritize this because the levee, we actually get insane value from levees in this game, and we get the dike, so all our water tiles get the benefit too. So let's go printing press first. I think it's printing press replaceable parts. And then the question is, do we prioritize democracy first or steam power? And I'll have to think a little bit more about that. All right, so we were going to go on to... oh, this city was still just building more monasteries. Oh, this is East Korea. Oh, we're going to rush Taj here. That's, that's what we're doing here this turn. This city has been trying to get Islam into my key cities. All right, there's a university. I do need to make sure I get a Taoist missionary, a monastery in here, just in case we ever leave organized religion. So why don't we just do that now? As I said, just in case I leave organized religion. We are starting to hit the point in time in the game where a lot of the wonders are knocked out, so we're going to have to start really pushing the missionaries so I can get these cathedrals built in my key cities. I already have a couple of them built, but there's still more to go. And if anything, I'm probably under-prioritizing them a little bit. So like this city, why don't you just do the Taoist temple? Because that way down the road, it's easier to build a cathedral somewhere else. Why not? I mean, I don't think you need a market or a grocer that badly. You're not close to the happy caps. Yeah, just do this so that we can build another cathedral more easily. All right, while we're thinking about it, build this, and then we'll get into free speech next turn. And then, I mean, this will juice up our culture by a lot because we get another 100% culture in every city. It doesn't double it, it's plus 100%. So like this will go from 150 to 250, that sort of thing. And then you can already see how long we have on the victory. What is it, 294 turns? So, you know, that'll be cut down to 200 turns next turn. And at least we are going to get Spiral Minaret. I mean, remember, we're guaranteed to get this. Do we have any cathedrals in here yet? We have one cathedral. So we're going to go University Oxford here is the plan. Oh, and we also get going to get a great person out of here. So most likely a great prophet, but then like 50% odds roughly to be something else. Again, 1 in 3 odds for an engineer. I'll take that. Okay, anyway. So this was going to be, I know we had a whip do here because we had a forest chop that helped complete that. And we are just whipped there. Yeah, is East Pole ready to cycle back to a whip? Well, we'll probably whip this anyway. Normally I would say, hey, work the water tiles, but with us being in representation and having cysteine, I think it actually is better to work the scientist specialist there. Let's see, anywhere else I need to get a... So remember, I'm probably going to pop out of slavery. Do I pop out of slavery for a few turns? I don't know if that's worthwhile. You should be definitely working this tile over the specialist. I'll actually put this on so it'll continue working the tiles when it grows. And we can whip this if we need the... hold on. I'll check to see how many more turns I need before I actually want to start Oxford. Okay, yeah, so you can just chill in there. Okay, so another Islamic missionary. Do we have Islam in all our... No, we actually don't have it in either of our top cities. Let's get it, see if we can get it in Paradise. First thing is getting all our religions in our big 3 cities, and then after that it's getting them into other cities so we can build temples so that they can then build cathedrals. All right, we're having, again, good luck on these dice rolls. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4 religions in Paradise. We actually have all 6 in Cradle. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We have 4 in East Korea, and we have 4 in Paradise. But East Korea still needs Islam, so Desert Lullaby can build that other missionary. All right, connect the fish. There we go. Oh, we actually need Judaism in this city, too. This is one city that doesn't have it. Forest Chop we get double... All right, so Forest Chop will finish the theater. So... can actually start the granary, and then on the turn the chop finishes. Oh, it's actually only 2 turns. I forgot. We have serfdom now. We build things fast, or not serfdom. We have Taj Mahal. We build things faster. Run 0% science this turn so that we can run research with the Golden Age bonus on Beakers next turn. All right, you can hang out over here. So I'll have one. I'm going to have one caravel down here to defend my fishing nets, and one caravel up there to defend the fishing nets. All right. I can actually use more worker labor over here, so why don't you come over here to help out, and then that worker can come over too. These guys actually are doing valuable stuff. Okay, yeah, you guys fortify here and defend, choose unwiser. And then we're gonna look to see if we can flip some of these tiles. Yep, Steam engine's the same. Wow, look at this, double wonder is producing this turn. I did not try to line that up or anything, but I'll take it. Surprised that, yeah, look at how the AI is kind of, I mean, Winecon's pretty weak, but the other AIs are hanging in there. All right, also, I realize I ran this for too long on Churchill, but that's okay. We'll just turn this off and actually we'll do like one turn on Sitting Bull, and then we'll just run evenly on the others. AI really likes to run espionage stuff. So if you're wondering how does it choose which Wonder video to play first? Production in this game cycles through the city list. It starts with your capital, and then it just goes through the city list. And that's the order in which production takes place. A very minor thing, but like if you're curious what we're going to see first. So we do get Spiral. We missed Sankor by like 1 turn, which is disappointing. Would have been nice to load up with that. If we could only get 1, though, Spiral Minaret is probably the more valuable one, because it's flat. Like flat gold is more valuable for us than flat beakers. All right, 4 turns. So we want to get all our universities built in 4 turns, is the hope. We'll see if we can pull that off. Also, we're going to be able to toss down lumber mills relatively soon, so I should start getting ready for that with my workers. Taj Mahal is a wonder I've seen a billion times because it's one of the most built wonders in my games. Very, very high priority in almost every single game. So yeah, I've seen this one a lot. Whereas it's like Angkor Wat, it's like, what? I never see that video. Never see that one. It's like that in Hagia Sophia. All right, so weren't we supposed to get a great person? Did we get the 1/3 great engineer? We'll see. No, we got the prophet. Okay, so this will be saved for a golden age. Our next golden age will be prophet plus something else, and we'll probably use it to swap civics into something. Maybe into like maybe down the road we use it to swap into state property or something. We'll figure it out. All right, as for you, so for the time being, I don't have any wonders for you to do, so I would not mind having you just knock out some of these buildings that I have delayed for ages and ages. Like you might be able to get some cathedral, get these temples and monasteries done towards cathedrals. So you can just start with this right now. And I think I'd rather work this tile. No, I still do want you to grow. I was going to say I like working this tile because I get the Golden Age production bonus, but no, I want you to grow. All right. Yeah, you can use this time to... we will need... I mean, we are going to need temples as well, so why don't you do this? And we can always build more missionaries later. All right, we got the university here. I want you to be my main... You're the Confucian holy city, I think, so why don't you be the main Confucian missionary place? You can get some of that out. As for you, I don't know, observatory. Not that big a deal right now. Okay. So, how many universities do we have done right now? I'm trying to coordinate for the Oxford. So we need 2 more, and one will be at one is going to be at Cradle itself. So the only question is, where is the other? Yeah, there we go. Double Wonder pop up. We get the Great Prophet. So the question is, where do we get the other one? Wilhelmstad is probably the best target. The question is, though, do I pop out of slavery here? I'm not sure the caste system really does anything, though, because I'm not really running like a ton of artists anywhere. Like, I'm not sure that I'm really running artists. And then the question is, do I want to run pacifism? Probably, just while I'm in the Golden Age, I probably do run pacifism, even though it means we lose the organized religion bonus, but that's okay. Still, if I'm going to whip something, I want to whip while I have organized religion in play. So do I whip one of these universities? Because I am going to have to whip one in order to get it done in 4 turns. I could whip Paradise, but it's probably Paradise, honestly. Just whip right now. Like, it sucks that it's going to cost 4 pop, but the city will grow back quickly. And then we can leave this city alone for a little bit. Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Paradise. I know. But at least we have tons of happiness. So you just regrow for a little while. I have you on emphasized food. You have +7 food surplus. You should be okay. All right, so now we'll go pacifism to get the bonus. Go great person production. I think I stay in slavery. I don't think caste system's going to do anything for me here. Because I'm not, I never really set up a dedicated great artist farm in this game, which is a bit of a overlook for me. And then we go free speech. It sucks that we give up bureaucracy, but we need to do this. And hey, we actually do have quite a few towns. So this will, actually it's going to delay Cradle's production a little bit because it's no longer in bureaucracy, but that's okay. Still, base production 25 is not bad. Not bad. We do get the bonus production on all these towns, or we do get the bonus commerce on all these towns. But the main thing is we get the extra culture, so. And then you really need to go, after you build Oxford, you really need to start building just non-stop cathedrals. Just going to have to build these non-stop. So Hinduism is the one that has the expensive, it's Hinduism and Islam have the expensive cathedrals because we don't have marble. It's like the one wonder resource we're lacking. Yeah, Hagia Sophia is not a wonder I would suggest emphasizing. If you stay on top of worker micro, it's not really that necessary. But I mean, it's like it's nice to have, but it's not mandatory at all. And like, there's usually better things you can do with very limited production. Anyway, so we can chop this. We can chop this into a granary. Oops, actually, we'll do this. Get us a turn of cottage into that early. Forgot how fast I can do this with the Hagia Sophia for faster worker speed. Well, I mean, if everything's balanced the same way, Marathon doesn't really change the math. It shouldn't really change the math if it's just everything takes longer. I don't quite understand. I know some people like Marathon. That doesn't really interest me. Just making everything take forever to do. Anyway, so we still have guaranteed peace with Wang Khan for right now. I wish I had chopped some of these forests when I was working on that wonder earlier. Because I would prefer to have the chops like go into, prefer to have the chops go into a wonder or something, but, well. So you will just hang out here. I mean, I could always merge as a super specialist, but I think it's better to save for a golden age. If we end up getting extra priests, then maybe we can do something else with them. Anyway, you're going to come down here and try to spread Islam to East Korea. And then the only religion East Korea would need would be, not sure. So I think we're actually not that far away from replaceable parts. Why don't you get over here and road this? Because I'm going to plan to put a lumber mill on this tile. Marathon Utes are relatively cheaper. That's right. That's right. They did that. One of the reasons why it's an unbalanced difficulty. Yeah. Also, the AI, because everything's so expensive, the AI doesn't have enough time to react if you like move up stacks. So this is like a general rule. This is not me like criticizing anyone. The faster the game speed, the harder the game. The slower the game speed, the easier it is. Marathon is definitely easier than playing on normal speed. Just because by slowing the game down so much, you can kind of sucker punch the AI to a certain extent. I'm not accusing anyone of doing that, but just the AI cannot really react to stacks in the same way on that difficulty. So, but to each their own. If you enjoy that, then if you like the difficulty, then I should not stop you from wanting to play it. Anyway, what do we got here? So this city, we're trying to knock out more monasteries and temples here. This city has, so we have 2 cathedrals here. We have 1 at the capital, and how many do we have? I think we have 1 here. We have 1 cathedral here, yeah. But for the time being, let's keep getting all these monasteries. I believe that you still get the culture from the monasteries even after they obsolete. I could be wrong on that, but I believe you still get them afterwards. Okay, so I think we still need to spread Hinduism here. I think I still have some cities. Paradise has... Actually, all of my key cities there have Hinduism. But, yeah, all of my key cities there all have Hinduism. Paradise has it. So what am I missing there? I'm missing Confucianism in one, Islam in the other, Taoism. Taoism's the religion I'm missing. So Great Rack, you need to supply missionaries for these guys. Yeah, that's what I'm missing. I'm missing Taoism. Trying to juggle all these religions over there. Anyway, we actually do need Judaism at the city over there on the west. So I'm going to have to get one of these cities to pop me a Jewish missionary, but this city is not it. So we do get... Wait a minute. Don't we get the... Why is it not showing up with the... It's not showing up with the plus gold here. Yeah, we'll just do the observatory for right now. That works for me. I straight out... Well, I mean... I appreciate the honesty. It's like, look, I just straight up cheat in my case. It's like, I appreciate the honesty. Appreciate the honesty. No, that's, hey, it's, it's well said. Okay, so we want the granary here. We can probably whip that next turn. It actually is probably worth giving up 1 pop point to get the granary. And then we need lighthouse after that because we're reliant on the sea here. There should be enough food here that we can mine this tile instead of needing to windmill it. Why don't you go help out with that? It's not like there's a lot else. Oh, I need to chop this. This tile here, I need to chop this. I need to chop this too. That's the next priority. We can actually cottage this tile as well. Are we still in forced peace? We're still in forced peace with Wang Khan. All right, so we got... We should be able to see everyone's graphs now. No, Surrey Environment, wow, the AI is really, really pushing this espionage. I'm just trying to be able to see everybody's graphs. But they're like, no, we want to run more espionage slider. And almost done. It does not appear that there are any more islands out here, but I mean, I guess we'll see. So far, oh, what's this? Oh no! We gotta, with the rescue mission, it might fail. Although on the other hand, if we stand in the middle of their territory, we might get bounced into... Actually, if we stand here, we might get bounced back to our territory. or they might get bounced to this tile, which is also... I'm actually kind of curious. Let's stand over here. They'll get bounced somewhere if they stand in the middle of the territory. Anyway, yeah, he's definitely assembling a stack over here. But as I said before... What did I say before? Oh, I have plenty of time to react if they attack down there. Ah, okay. We got our first failure in a while. Again, not shocking given that. But we are going to want to get another Islamic missionary then. Well, we can do the temple first. Put it in the queue. Anyway, as I said, we're actually getting reasonably close to the point where we can build lumber mills. I do want to have some workers over here to help out with that. Like this, I would like to lumber mill, I think. All right, anyway, I still want to keep roading these tiles on the border too, roading and chopping them. Hopefully he's not going to attack me on this inner turn, but I think he's rallying a stack right here. So, also out of curiosity, so right now we're at 1524. I'm just curious how much the culture is going to go up on this tile. Can stone... stone's ready to whip its university. Look at this, the rare 4-hammer center tile. Because if you're wondering how the heck do you get this, you're like, wait a minute, that's not right. How do you get this? Well, this is actually a stone tile on a hill. That's like just about the only way you can get a 3 production center tile. Stone on a hill. I think iron or copper on a hill can do the same thing too. And then it's +1 for the golden age. So yeah, 4 production center tile, pretty wild. Anyway, so we'll get the university here, and then we can... Maybe we'll build a castle here just for safety. Oh, actually, no, that castle's going to get obsoleted soon, so that's not going to do anything. And we already have 85% defense anyway. Okay, so this tile was 1524. I want to see what this goes to. 1524.
What gunpowder did for war, the printing press has done for the
And I want
mind.
replaceable parts right now. Actually, I have quite a bit of overflow here. I need more Confucian monasteries, missionaries, don't I? Also, let's do this so that you can we can build another cathedral there. We don't need any more Jewish temples because we already have that. So you can just do an observatory. Also, yeah, okay. So we were at what, 1524? Oh, look at that. We were at 1500, now we're at 1800. Yeah, we're pushing back against these tiles. We gained 300 culture points in one turn here. Yeah, East Korea is a beast. It's dumping 290 culture points onto that tile every single turn. So what are we actually at in terms of our culture cities? So we're at 399, 290, 225. Okay. So Cradle is the one that needs some love right now. Paradise being at 399. Geez. Why is it so high there? I thought this city was going to be the one that was behind. Is it just the fact that it has the two... Oh, you know what it is? I think it's because a lot of the... I think it had some of the early wonders that doubled. Oh, that's right. We're actually getting double. I forgot that Sistine gives us +5 on the culture buildings too. So and they've doubled here. That's right. I built these early enough that they all doubled. So the temple is producing 12 culture. The synagogue is 5. The monastery is 14. I forgot that I built them early enough that all the culture doubled there quickly. I don't think it's doubled at some of these other cities yet. Actually, they did here as well. Maybe it's just that I have the extra cathedral there. Well, anyway, yeah, 111 from buildings. Paradise is 110, but then it's got... Oh, it's also got the super specialist too. Well, anyway, we don't have to baby Paradise anymore. That city is kind of cranking it in terms of the culture. We definitely need the capital now to be the one that we focus on, because this is the one that's lagging at the moment. As I said, I've got all these religions. I just need to... got all these religions. Yeah, Wang Khan stole aesthetics. I'm sorry, I didn't acknowledge that. But yeah, he was the one who stole aesthetics. In any case, though, yeah, we just need to get the production up. Like, this can... when it grows, we'll be able to grab this tile, and then that takes it to, what, 30 base production, plus 25% from buildings. We are out of organized religion right now, which is a bit of a shame, but it's all right. So university, and then Oxford. I mean, Oxford's pretty cheap with stone, and then that's worth some culture too. And then we just need to get, then we just need to get all the religious buildings built. So we almost have enough for the Christian temple. We don't have any Islamic temples built yet. We have one Confucian temple built. We have no Taoist temples built. So we'll be working on this stuff. This is like the next 30 turns here is just building all of these. Probably, we might just have the capital build nothing but temples, monasteries, and cathedrals for the rest of the game, because that's what it needs. Anyway. Sadly, even with, what's it called, Hagia Sophia, I cannot one-turn road here. It still takes 2 turns to road. Anyway, we still cannot declare war for the time being. You can mine that. So he still can't come mess with us just yet. Gotta clear one more line, and then you can head in this direction. Oh, wait, but what if he declares war? Then I wouldn't be able to evacuate these guys. I was thinking they'll just get bounced, but what if he declares war before then? That would be bad. So let's not do that. So let's not do that. Right, I know you can check. I know you can check that. If anyone's curious. 3 more turns. Look at this. Churchill has gunpowder and economics. I mean, we're up some other stuff: philosophy, printing press, astronomy, music, divine right. So like we're up a bunch of other texts, but still, like he actually does have some stuff that we're lacking. As I said, AI not just rolling over and playing dead. All right, well, while you're here, you can help road that tile. Whoops, I forgot you didn't have movement points left for that. Anyway, can also potentially help us chop this. All right, so I think we said, this is only 3 turns. I'll let you finish this, and then I'll two-pop whip the granary, or the lighthouse, I suppose. Anyway, at Spud World, your previous whip's almost done. Why don't we whip the forge? And then we'll overflow. Oh, we also need to get some tile improvements down here, don't we? We're working the forest tile for lack of better options. And then we can overflow into the library. Look at this, we will hit 500 culture in 12 more turns. Yep, free speech is pretty nice if you're trying to push culture, that's for sure. Still, it's mostly the tiles that East Korea can reach are really starting to get pushed back on. This tile I really want to flip because then Wonsan loses its ability to move and hit me. Although I guess he doesn't even have that roaded. This would be a good time to remind your viewers to follow you. You viewers, well, viewers, you should remember to follow me so you should catch the next stream. Now, people are welcome to do that if they want, but yeah, I don't really. I'm not going to try to beg you to watch the stream. I appreciate people being here, but if you've got other stuff to do, it's not going to hurt my feelings. Okay, so East Korea. East Korea, I was going to work on some of these buildings, but it can't yet. Oh, we still have Hermitage, too. Hermitage probably needs to go in the capital, honestly, because the capital is the one that's lagging a little bit behind. I forgot we have Hermitage, too. Well, we won't build that here. What we can do is build the Hindu Mandir, which is one of the expensive ones. Alternately, we could try to build Heroic Epic for 4 culture. That feels not super valuable, honestly. Let's just do this. We'll do this Hindu Mandir. This is one of the expensive ones because it doesn't get doubled. LC sellout. Yeah, I usually, so like, I've said this before, the streaming stuff is just for fun. I totally understand for some people it is their livelihood, and like that's important. They need to, you need to make money, so like I don't fault them for that. But because this is just for fun, I don't want to like try to pressure people to. Wait, Judaism is spread in. Oh, hey, Judaism popped up in the new city over there. That's hilarious. Well, you know what that means? Now we can actually ask him to convert to our religion in a peace treaty. See? Now we can actually force him to flip over into our faith, which is pretty funny. The next time there's a war, again, I'm not going to start trouble, but I'm expecting he will. So this guy still won't trade us anything. I was just figuring I'd check in. I'll get a fresh world map for 5 gold. He still doesn't like us either. I'm glad I got those initial resources. I'm worried he's going to cut off those previous resource trades. I wouldn't be shocked if he did. How much longer are we guaranteed to get them? Can be canceled in 3 turns. I wouldn't be shocked if he cancels this in 3 turns. Like, I am greatly appreciating getting these resources, but I would not be shocked if he cuts off the supply. In terms of resources, so there's marble over there. There's stone. Yeah, that's how he was able to build Notre Dame. They had stone over there. I'd love to just take that city for marble, but no, I don't want to get involved in a war on the other continent. I have done that on stream before, but it's pretty time intensive when you're fighting a war against someone on another continent. All right, let's get some of these forests chopped. That's going to go to Spud World. Interesting. Okay, so we're just kind of chilling with some of these guys for a turn or two until we can get replaceable parts in. All right. So I want you to road this so other units can then come over and help. Okay, I'm just thinking, do I need to whip anything anywhere? Paradise. Oh no, Paradise is recovering from a big whip. That's right. Paradise is just regrowing after I whipped it. And whipped it good? No. How close is Willemstad to... we can let that go a little bit longer. I think this city, East Pole, was pretty close. Yeah. Just whipping off bad tiles. We can probably take advantage of the Confucianism being here to get a Confucian temple in there. Because again, we're going to need that too. Build the cathedrals later on. And that's probably the best way that city can help contribute. All right, beach episode. You're going to build our evacuation to get these units out of here. Hopefully. Well, we're higher in power than Wang Khan, so that's something. And I do need a Jewish missionary for that new city in the corner. So you're going to build our East Indiaman. And as I said, we're going to do Confucian Temple here, just to get that. Okay. Yeah, we still need Judaism in that city. Okay. We'll try roll again for Islam over there. Oh, Judaism spread somewhere else. In another another one of these cities. I mean, we do have the shrine, so we do get value from that. All right, and it looks like we can finish replaceable parts next turn. We keep burning through the tech tree here. I hear Sydney moving around. All right, so we want to chop this. I want to careful, and you're just going to chill here in case we need to defend our fishing nets. Yeah, levees would be awesome, or dikes, since it's actually our unique building in this, for this, the Dutch. Would be very nice. Would make the Ice Ball East fishing villages pretty decent. Yep. Is this another settler over here? No, that's just workers. Okay, so we're able to road all these tiles. I do need someone to go improve this tile, though. How much food does this city have? Not much, so we probably need, until we can get the rice tile under our control, we probably need to farm this. All right, so Spudworld is going to get that forge chop. Choose unwisely, the granary is going to be done, and then we can get the lighthouse. I'm just looking, wasn't there somewhere else I had a chop come in? And it was going to help me whip something. The city's close. Stoned is still regrowing from that. Yeah, still regrowing from that university whip. Yep, so we're just kind of like cruising along right now. But yeah, like we just definitely need, you can see that, I mean, all these cities are already at 5,000 culture. So just like, that's the countdown until we actually end the game right now. Cradle is 196. So we probably, like I said, get Hermitage in there. Oxford. Yeah, Oxford, and then we gotta get some of these stupid cathedrals built. Hermitage is double cathedrals. You know, it's plus 100%, the cathedrals are plus 50%. I'm just trying to get all these buildings done. So like one thing you can do in the late game is you can actually go universal suffrage, and you can spend gold to cash rush some of the buildings to completion. That's like, if you don't have anything else to do with your money, you can do that, but that is a possibility as well. Again, helps if you're spiritual, because you know you pop into universal suffrage, blow gold on for a couple of turns, and then pop back out again. Wang Kun going for guilds. I mean, we probably will need to get rifling just to be safe at some point.
The whole is more than the sum of its parts.
But for right now, I think we're okay. I don't think we have to head in that direction immediately. All right, so where do we go next? We kind of have gotten what we wanted to immediately for military. Do we make the run to democracy to start Statue of Liberty? That's probably the best option right now. Yeah, okay. So we're going to have to cut off the stream soonish. I think we've gone for a good portion. I think we pushed and grabbed democracy because we want to try to get Statue of Liberty. And then after that, maybe we'll go for military stuff. Korea doesn't have horses, it's true. Of course, maybe in theory they could trade for them. So this city does not have anything in the way of religion at the moment. So yeah, we can just keep pushing econ stuff here for right now. Guess we'll do the observatory. All right, granary. We're gonna whip the lighthouse next. Well, now that we have this tile, maybe we can do the forge next, actually. No, I think we'll do the library, because the lighthouse, because that does increase. Does increase the food from the fish tile too. It does get us to +6 food from +5. Check the other continent for horses. You can take a quick look. They have very few. They each have one, so they'll never trade. Yeah, they won't trade because they each have exactly one. Turn off science for 1 turn. All right, so now we can build lumber mills, and that's a more useful thing for some of these workers to be doing. So let's go try to build some of them. A couple cities where I want to build lumber mills. All right, that time we got the dice roll to succeed. I do want 1 unit over here to road this tile. All right, there we go. Yeah, look at that. Look at that. 20. Now we're at 22 culture per turn, and we've already hit 3rd ring porters. All right, so this is probably our stopping place for today. If you're curious, we are already up to 2,800 culture points here. We have to get to 3,900 to flip this tile. He's building war elephants still. And I think we're in pretty good shape. We got a lot more wonders built this turn, this session. Already almost 400 culture per turn here at Paradise. And the capital now is the one we just got to do a little bit more work on. It's not like the buildings are bad here, but we have 79 as opposed to the like 110 we have in some of the others, and we don't have the we only have 1 cathedral. So university gets us 3 culture, Oxford's another 4 culture, and then we're gonna build all these buildings and try to knock out more stuff. So gonna save it here, and we'll pick this up next week. Thanks for stopping in. I hope this was a kind of a relaxing, enjoyable stream. And hey, we took another city off Wang. How many more cities will we take off Wang Khan before the game is over? I guess we'll find out. Until then, hope your weekend's off to a great start. I'll see you again soon. Take care, folks.